South versus Pacific to start the last game of the ACHA D3 National Tournament, first day of pool play, and we have got an absolute dandy for you here today. The SECHC Tournament champion, University of Arkansas Razorbacks at the 4 seed, taking on the SCHC champion Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. Welcome back into the broadcast booth. Sean Bednard alongside me, Tyler Marcotte. A great battle here in Pool D, my pool of death, where I think it's wide open. Anyone can win it. Fairfield got eliminated 8-3 earlier today by Hope, the 3 over the 2. I wouldn't be surprised to see anything that crazy happen here tonight as well.
No, I'm predicting a low-scoring game actually here today, and you got two teams that are very stout defensively, two of the top goaltenders at this national tournament, and you've got teams that don't really put the puck in the net at an alarming rate. You've got 5.3 for Gulf Coast and 5.8 for Arkansas. It's crazy that 5.5 goals per game is not an alarming rate, but it's the defense that gets it done for these guys. The Razorbacks only allow 2.25 goals per game, and that's thanks to Dusanka Joseph. He's an amazing goaltender all the way over from Slovakia. He leads the team and wins third in goals against average in the Division III, second in the ACHA D3 in the save percentage, and he's tied for 7th in wins. He's one of the best goaltenders at this tournament. And in the other crease, you look at the goaltender for the Gulf Coast Eagles. I mean, phenomenal. You and I know plenty about Jared Birch from last year. Second team all-conference in the SCHC. They are 3-time champions as they were again this year. And his numbers from nationals last year, just to give you an idea, 3-1, 1.75 goals against average, and a .944 save percentage. One of the most impressive performances we've ever seen from a goaltender. So you and I were talking before the game. I'm predicting a low-scoring game, but I think there's plenty of guys on either one of these benches who can put the buck in the back of the net. But it's all the story for today is which goaltender is going to play his game and dominate the other team.
Well, we talk about Florida Gulf Coast. We know about their offense. We know about what kind of team they are offensively, how speedy they are, how good they are at putting the puck in the back of the net, and that's why Jared Birch might be the most underrated goaltender in the entire ACHA. And when you talk about a guy who was on an all-tournament team last year, being second teamer, it's kind of weird to say that, but he does not get the respect or the drive that he really puts forward for this team. He will be the difference maker. Florida Gulf Coast made it to the Final Four last year. They ran into a buzzsaw going up against Calvin, who became the runner-ups last year and moved up to D1 this year. Gulf Coast D2 just won it here in Columbus earlier today, and Gulf Coast D3 is looking to get themselves there. They have not played in a national championship game since falling to Michigan State back in 2015.
Who's playing on the sheet, right?
Absolutely.
No less than 25 feet away from us.
And if they were to win their pools and their semis, they could meet up all over again. But that's a long ways away. Until then, both these teams have a lot to prove here. Florida Gulf Coast, a perennial powerhouse. They are the South region, year in and year out, the #1 seed. They were the South #1 every ranking period this year.
Yeah, and for this team, it all starts to me with Seth Cohen. He leads the team in goals and assists, he leads the team in goals, and my goodness, he is one of the greatest players offensively for this team.
Yeah.
Really a good stud, but a guy we remember from last year is number 17, Tyler Eichel. He's amazing. He's second team all-conference for the Eagles, and he's going to be a guy that I'm looking forward to. And then on the other end for the Razorbacks, you got Trey Lowry, a senior from Bentonville, Arkansas, leads the team in assists, points, game-winning goals, and power play goals. An NWA Ice Hogs graduate, so he's got the experience on a high level. So both of these guys, like I said, have the goaltending elitists in their net, and then they've got guys on the bench who are going to try and beat those superstars in net. So should be a very exciting game for both of these teams. Arkansas, I think, feels like they have something to prove here at Nationals. Florida Gulf Coast, hopefully they feel like they have nothing to prove, as they've got the pedigree and they've got the resume from years and years past.
I personally think Arkansas is the most dangerous 4 seed, winning a very tough conference at
Yeah.
Georgia, who won 5-1 earlier today. This Arkansas team is scary good, and they are catching heat at the right time. A great regional tournament, obviously a great SECHC tournament. They've got something to prove, and they're in a dangerous pool for where anybody could frankly take the title. You don't want to start off your tournament against the hardest team in the entire playoffs, but frankly, Florida Gulf Coast is one of the most dangerous teams, and this is a perfect test for Arkansas to prove that they're real.
Well, we talk about the historic pedigree of Florida Gulf Coast Eagles.
Yeah.
Arkansas's got the exact same pedigree. They're 5-time SECHC champions, 6 times champion, and they've been to the national tournament 4 times last time, coming back in 2015 when it was their second straight year, and then they came back in 2010. So this team historically has been to the nationals. They're a couple years removed, but they're back and they're ready to make a statement this time, coming in as the 4 seed against the perennial powerhouse, Florida Gulf Coast Eagles, and again, their D2 brother in getting that national title today. So we'd like to congratulate all of the fans and the players over at that D2 team, and you know that this D3 team is looking up and saying,
just as
all
hungry.
right, it's our turn, because they are 0-3 in a national title game. So much like Hope that we know very well, they're looking for that elusive first national champion.
Absolutely, and this is a great way to start off. This is baptism by fire if there ever was one in Pool D. We take a look at you now for the Arkansas starting lineup. In goal for you tonight, you mentioned him, Joseph Dusenka, his defensive pairing, Sky Chambers, the assistant captain, and Zachary Piarski. Your left wing, Matt Lasky, assistant captain, Trey Lowry at the center position, and Evan Kerr at the right wing slot. 3 assistant captains out there on this starting lineup for Arkansas. The Hogs are ready to go. Florida Gulf Coast, again, there's right off now. Jared Birch from Philly, he's leading the way out there. He's a junior. He's been around with his team plenty of times. He's been there all 3 years they've been to the national tournament. On the defensive side, Tom Rama alongside Andrew Tweeten. Left wing, Anthony Lenzi. Right wing, the captain, Tyler Reichel. You talked about him. And centering that line, Corey Morgan, a senior from Germany. And we are excited. This is going to be just an absolute pleasure of a game. We saw a couple of overtime games here today, and Pacific South games have been the ones that have gone to overtime. We saw it in Air Force when they were able to overcome a Georgia Tech team, and we saw it earlier in the day as well between UCF. And we'll step aside for the moment of the national anthem. We are ready for hockey action here in Columbus, Ohio. The nightcap of this day 1 of the ACHA D3 National Tournament. And as the signs to the right of us say, Columbus hearts the Hogs. We have an awesome game for you here tonight.
We do heart the Hogs.
We do heart the Hogs. Florida Gulf Coast in the white. They have the exact same jerseys as the D2 team that just won it. That's got to be good for pedigree. The white with the green trim and the blue shorts. And Arkansas rocking the Fairfield jerseys from earlier today. Black, red trim, white in the middle. And that Arkansas crest, script A right on the middle. We are ready for this one. The blue helmets versus the red helmets. The Eagles versus the Razorbacks. The Birds and the Hogs.
Should be an exciting one. Very excited to see this defensive battle that these two goaltenders are going to face off with. And I know if you're either one of these teams, getting a win on day one is so important. Massive. As you talked about it earlier, Hope getting the victory over Fairfield in this conference. So very important to keep this game going.
Teams lined up at center ice, and we are underway here from Columbus, Ohio's Chiller North. This one played left wing side, dumped right back in, and immediately a shot on net to start things off there from Evan Kerr. Good start if you want to start testing off Jared Birch early. This one played out of the zone. Florida Gulf Coast collects it in the neutral zone, played right back in, and this one finds its way back behind the net of Birch as he will leave it there, and going in after will be Andrew Tweeten. Tweeten throws a check right up there against the corner. This one pops into the air, held in at the blue line, played right back down inside of the circle. Moving in after this one is Evan Kerr. Played back top of the left side circle, a tip in front. Ooh, and that's tenacious play from the Hogs. Matt Lasky in front looking for the tip job to get that one up.
There's a seeing eye shot. I don't think Jared Birch saw it until it actually left his stick, and then he had to make an adjustment. Smothered it with his blocker, an easy save there for Birch, but he made it look a little difficult there. But it takes a little second for these guys to get warmed up. They've been sitting around watching the other 14 teams playing, or 12 teams playing all week, all day, and they're excited to get underway here in the national tournament.
Goal line right to the front of the net. Oh, what an opportunity down there from Alex Kuser. He found himself wide open down there and just missed the lane to try and get that one through on that right corner. Played right back behind the net now as Alfonso Diaz will move this one up the ice. And finally, Florida Gulf Coast gets this one out of their defensive end, but only momentarily as the Hogs bring it right back in. Played left side circle now. Florida Gulf Coast dips this one right at the high glass. Remember, this is a low glass that they have here in Rink B, not compared to that Rink A. All teams will have to play on both rinks, so it's equal for everybody. Left side circle, a shot being fired down there from Kyle Horvath, and that one misses and goes into the corner. Finding its way right back out. The Hogs are able to make this one go down a little bit more, and they have a dump and change down there as it's brought in now from Drew Hill. Played back down. The Eagles work with this one inside of their defensive end. Crossing the red stripe now, and a dump and change here for the Eagles as the Razorbacks go after it. Played on the near side boards. That jumps off of an Eagles stick, finding its way right back inside of the corner. Razorback falls down out of the ice. This one finding its way left side circle, and shot on net. Held onto right there from the goaltender, Joseph Tusenka.
And we'll read you his numbers real quick. 12-2 on the season, and goals against average of 1.68 and a 9.45 save percentage. The freshman from Slovakia has been fantastic all season for the Razorbacks, and they're going to need him to be at tip-top shape all week for them if they want to progress onto the semifinal.
Tyler, those numbers are nothing to sneeze at. A 9.45 is unreal.
They're scary.
This one, a shot from the top of the right side circle, finds its way against the high glass and back inside of the corner now. It'll be played by Christoph Malcolm. Back on the goal line, tripped up a player down there. Malcolm's got it once again and plays this one to the blue line. Walking up the line, firing a shot. That one finds its way right back behind the net. Is going in after. This one is Andrew Tweeten. Tweeten waiting at the blue line. Not able to get this one to him cleanly, so it'll be taken here by Kyle Horvath. Dumps that one right back behind the net. Brooks Moore has got it now. Line change for the Eagles as the Razorbacks come out of their zone. Moving on the left wing side, and this one just dumped right back down as a collision course finds its way inside of the neutral zone. Working back around the left wing side as this one's inside of the defensive end of the Eagles. Now some speed developing here. Sutton Fisher's got it. Oh, a pass back over, and a foot might have gotten in the way down there for the Razorbacks. That's heads up using the feet. This one jumps off of a foot, finds its way onto the Pigs bench, and we'll have a face-off just outside of the offensive end for the Eagles.
And on the other side for the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles, Jared Birch. We talked about him for a little bit. Read you his stats for real quick. 13-3 with a 2.40 goals against, 930 save percentage. It's a rule of thumb here in this league. If you can get it below a 2.5 goals against and around a 900 save percentage, then you're doing something right, and both of these goaltenders have destroyed those numbers. So these are two of the top goalies in the country.
Oh yeah, and by the way, these are high-scoring teams, so what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object?
We're going to find out.
That always makes for the best kind of games, man. This one played back left side of the neutral zone and dumped right back in from Zachary Piarski now. Razorbacks go back for a line change as this one's played back behind the Gulf Coast net. Moved right in front of the Eagles net, or bench, and taken back here by Arkansas as it's brought back in by Matt Lasky. He had that tip job in front of the net, looking to get one past Birch on a fast one. Jumping inside of the right side circle, taken right back now by the Eagles as they go cross ice with this one at center ice. Moving this one right back in. It's 1-on-4, turning into a 3-on-4 as this one jumps up and out of play. Faceoff should remain inside of the offensive end here for the Eagles. 16-18 to go here. First period, we are just underway, and it's been pretty equal for the most part. Arkansas certainly took advantage of that first minute and a half, but
certainly
Florida Gulf Coast has had good TOP in their side. Right side circle face-off. One back by Arkansas now in the right wing side. Played back in the far corner. Moving this one up and out of the zone. Good touch pass up there and a good feedback the other way as it's brought in now by Evan Kerr. Working. He just hits that one off of the goal post. And a nice sneaky shot there from Kerr. Didn't look like he had a ton to work with, and he ripped it.
That's a really good play to cut towards the center of the ice where you have a better shooting angle.
Left wing side. This one taken back away. And look at this pickpocket going back the other way now. Florida Gulf Coast moves it up with Corey Morgan having it. Now firing a shot. Just ramped up with a stick of a Razorback. Found its way safely behind the net. Another check thrown back down there. That's Anthony Lenzi working with this one. Lenzi murks this one over the goal line and passes it right back down. Arkansas using the body and the stick to move this one up ice. The Jelly Beans jumping in the air and it finds its way back inside of the defensive end now of Florida Gulf Coast. Back down the length of the ice, just touched back in by Lenzi down there. Taken back by the Hogs inside of their defensive end. Look to set something up as Andrew Denoma's got it. Working around the boards. This one squeaks out of the zone. It'll be taken right back by Florida Gulf Coast in front of their own bench. Now taken back by the Razorbacks in front of their own bench. Played back in, a shot back down. A nice scoop and save down there from Dusenka Joseph to come up with a save.
And an interesting fact, Sean, we've been looking at these teams and the goals they score for and the goals they score against. And normally when the teams give up less goals than they allow normally on average, their team's records reflect how well they play. Arizona has never lost a game when they've allowed 2 or less goals.
What about Arkansas?
Arizona, what am I doing? Arkansas is 18-0 in allowing 2 or less goals in a game. So Florida Gulf Coast, if they want to win, statistically they're going to have to eclipse that 3-goal mark. And on the same side of the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles, when allowing 2 or goals less themselves, 13-1-2. So these teams, if you're going to keep it low scoring, it's going to be a bloodbath.
Absolutely. And the thing with Arkansas is the SECHC is such an interesting conference because a lot of your conferences, say the MCHC or the ICHC in the north or the SCHC in the south, they're all conferences that play just at one divisional level. The SECHC is split between a Division II and Division III level, and they intermingle. And that's what makes it so difficult because you get that great mix of competition.
Very impressive, very experienced Arkansas team.
Good save down there from Jared Birch as that one was getting into a territory that didn't make him too comfortable. He decides to hold on to that one for a face-off. One of the things that you usually show as a mark of a good goaltender is how many defensive zone face-offs he gets for you. How many times is he getting that puck, preventing it from finding its way to the net, and freezing it for your team to get a chance to work on the defensive side instead of making him work. And Jared Birch seems like a big face-off kind of goaltender.
Yeah.
Played back, this one inside of the corner, through the circle, taken back now by Arkansas. From the blue line, shot back in, a very weak one, and the Eagles will move this one up with speed. Played right back in, losing that one through the skates was Kyle Horvath. Played right back down as Arkansas comes the other way now. Alex Cursor was waiting for that one. It was instead dumped right back behind by Arkansas, and he'll finally get that one now. Kusser soons that one over. Coast-to-coast passes this one, moves across the red line, just dumped right back down. Kusser goes back in after this one, joined by Matthew Clifford. Now along the boards. Brought back out of the zone here by the speedy Christoph Malcolm. Played back inside of the circle. Arkansas working with this one on the stick of Zach Palmer. Palmer losing that one right back to Christoph now. Malcolm, easy pass over to the blue line. Shot, that one found its way through traffic. Not really a great opportunity. One squeaks out in front. That was sneaky. And this one, we'll say, hit off of the hand of a Arkansas player on the bench and will be out of play.
Last shot from the point, hit off the back glass, then back onto the top of the net, bounced off, almost hit Joseph Dusenka in the back of the head and found the back of the net. But another thing about these two teams, you talk about the experience from Arkansas against regional qualifiers in the D3, only 7-4. How about Florida Gulf Coast? 15-5-2. That's incredible record against teams. Most of their record during the regular season is against regional qualifiers. That's incredible.
Central Florida's in their conference. I mean,
and they've defeated some North powerhouses.
Yeah,
They beat Oakland early in the season. They beat Grand Valley in December 6-0. Oakland just beat Farmingdale State, the number 1 team in that pool.
4-2.
It's unbelievable.
It's 5-2 with the
empty net goal.
Unbelievable.
And they destroyed Tampa in February. So this is a team that knows how to get it done.
Absolutely. And you look down at those Arkansas notable wins as well. Nebraska, who made their way, they didn't have a great showing to start off, a 5-1 loss to Georgia, but they're a team that's in the national tournament. You cannot discredit any win against a team in the regular season that made it to the final 16.
And that Georgia team was impressive.
Oh, they were.
So a loss against them does not really showcase the talent that Nebraska has.
And there's so much segregation in the conferences in the South because the SECHC and the SCHC almost never meet.
Yeah.
Georgia and Florida. Georgia stays home Saturdays, Sundays.
Yes.
Florida plays Florida teams.
Yes.
Those two teams, they're the top 2 teams in the South. They never meet each other until nationals. It's mind-boggling.
Yeah. So it makes for great competition.
That's why the South is so strong. The Florida teams stay strong because Florida plays Florida and they get their battle armor sharpened by Florida. Georgia stays strong because Georgia plays Georgia. I mean, it's great to have that. That's why the MCHC is so strong. The Pacific has it bad because they have to travel all along the entire Great Plains of the United States. And that's why those Pacific teams, by the time they make it to nationals, they're usually exhausted. This one played back up, working its way to the high slot area, and Arkansas's offensive end finds its way back out. A touch pass up here, and a 2-on-1 developing for the Eagles. This one played low slot area, rebound in front, taken away by the defense of Arkansas as this one's played back to the blue line. Now dumped right back in front. Dangerous territory here, back to the blue line. Shot towards the net, and just scooped up down there from Joseph Dusenka.
And Gulf Coast already leading in the shot category. Arkansas came out early and put some pressure on right to kick off the game, but since then it's been all Eagles, and Joseph Dusenga has answered the call. He's done a great job in net, and he's showing why he's one of the best goaltenders in the country, and he's going to be a guy who's going to be contending for that first-team all-tournament, second-team all-tournament honors if he can help his team advance past the Eagles and even into the semifinals.
Well, so far so good from both goaltenders. Shutouts about 8 minutes into it. This one played back inside of the corner. Great defensive move right there, and this will create some offense. A chip shot up the ice, just throwing the stick up there blindly and trying to come up with that one as it goes up and out of play was Andrew Denomi. Face-off just outside of the offensive end here for Arkansas. A great battle of the chalk in the regional tournament, too. Arkansas versus Kansas. Yes. It was an even split 500 during the regular season. That's almost the Titan tilt to the southwest part of the southeast part of the Pacific region. And I said it on the show. I said whatever team won that game would be heading to the national tournament. Arkansas's the victors. They're here for a reason. Played back down the ice. No icing will be called here as this one will be played by Dusenka up and out of play, so that'll remain inside of the offensive end.
It takes some talent, though, for a goaltender to get the puck up that high. That's not only is he great at stopping the puck, but he's got some great handles.
He's got that Slovakian stick handling down there. I like to see him play out.
Yeah.
Right side circle face-off here from Seth Cohen. I think they're waiting on a puck. A couple of Arkansas players get sent back onto the bench, and now a penalty coming up. So going into the box now will be Aiden Everett, 26-game player this season, 24th penalty minutes coming up now. Wait for the call on that one.
Yeah, interesting. In the ACHA, there's no delay of game for a guy shooting a puck over the glass, so I'll be interested to see what the call is here.
Regardless, Florida Gulf Coast goes on the power play now. They're a very effective one, 22.8%, 87th in the ACHA. That's all 3 divisions.
And the call is delay of game on Joseph Dusenka.
Wow.
I guess the officials felt that the shot up into the netting warranted a delay of game.
That's fair, I suppose. Shot on net. Well, just got to call it fairly, and no gripes in my book. Played back, of course, Arkansas, 88.9% on the penalty kill, 110th in all of the men's hockey divisions. Not a bad number by any means. Played back inside of the corner now. Florida Gulf Coast moves this one back to the blue line. D-to-D pass, shot on net, died right in front of the net, still loose down there, trying to jam that one through. Played back inside of the circles and to the blue line as a shot gets knocked down. Might have been off of the knee of the shooter down there on the stick of Thomas Rama. Now played right back behind the net. They dump this one right back behind, and finding its way into the corner it goes as Tyler Reichel's got it. Reichel working with speed right back behind the net, moving this one over to the right side circle. That's played now by Corey Morgan. Reichel taking it once again, trying to get it to Morgan, taken by the Hogs, and they send that one down the length of the ice with 45 seconds to go on their penalty kill. Kept back there behind the net for Jared Birch, and they'll wait to see what Thomas Rama wants to do with it. Rama slowly breaks this one out, and a bad decision right there as this one gets taken right back by Alex Kuser. Kuser waiting for reinforcements, sends that one back into the neutral zone. And Arkansas just playing with house money at this point.
Doing a great job on the penalty kill. Not a lot of pressure from the Eagles, especially lately.
Played back down now is looking to work up the ice with it is Seth Cohen. He works right side blue line, dumps that one back down on a backhand blindly, and back the other way come the Arkansas Razorbacks, now only for a moment, as Trey Lowry was working with that one. Regardless, that didn't work out, but the penalty kill does work out for Arkansas. 1 for 1 on their special teams to start the day. Right side entrance, a backhanded shot down there, and Joseph Dusenka comes up with the save. 9:43 to go here. We should have our media timeout now.
Very physical play there on the penalty kill for the Arkansas Razorbacks, getting a lot of pressure in the neutral zone as we will take that media timeout. And Florida Gulf Coast, a couple of opportunities early, a couple of opportunities late, but unable to find the back of the net. Like you said, that power play operating at 22%.
Arkansas's had a little bit of trouble getting themselves into the offensive end and maintaining offensive pressure recently. Florida Gulf Coast has really turned the dial back in their direction.
Yeah, I think it's the speed of the Eagles that possibly taking the Razorbacks off guard. I mean, this is a team that is one of the best teams in the country. They're up in the top 5 all season, so they've dominated the opposition year in and year out, and I think they're conditioned very well. I mean, this training staff for the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles, all under the knowledge of Thomas Philbin. He does a great job getting these guys ready for these tournaments, and they're coming out hot early. Arkansas is going to have to pick up the pace on there, and if they want to get some shots in favor of Florida Gulf Coast, 12-3. Arkansas hasn't had a shot in about 6 minutes.
Well, the thing that you can do to really stop that, and we saw it early on in today's games, Arkansas is a much bigger team than Florida Gulf Coast. They have consistently bigger guys. Start throwing the body around. Make them uncomfortable. Make them not want to try and cross through you or two guys. Make them get sandwiched.
Physicality changes the momentum in a lot of these tournament games. If you can exhaust the opponent, you're going to get a lot more opportunities.
You're right about that. Face-off right side circle will be taken here by Mason Lundquist. Right side circle in the offensive end. A clean win back. A shot towards the net. Gets deflected away by traffic. Taken back on a backhand. Dumped right back down. And Arkansas decides to move this one out of the zone. Crossing the center ice stripe. Played right back down to the left wing side. Right to the front of the net. Trying to shot. Jared Birch covers his entire crease. And it gets taken right back by Florida Gulf Coast. Now working. Speed up to the left wing side. Played back down. And now gets taken away by Arkansas. Great defensive read. Backhander here from Malcolm. And held on to from Dusenka.
Yeah, great defensive back check there from Jeffrey Sands, the freshman from Birmingham, Michigan.
Wow.
How about that? Comes back and takes away the shooting opportunity for the Eagles on what could have been a dangerous play as the trailer was coming in through the high slot, and he was able to catch up and shoot that puck over into the corner.
Right side circle face-off. Arkansas controls it. No clear winner on that one as this one finds its way right back in front of Florida Gulf Coast bench. Got to be careful of that speedy forechecker coming in. Now played back to the center ice logo. Dumped right back in the other side. They're just playing cat and mouse in the neutral zone. Played across the blue line. This one a great leave to the blue line and a shot that just gets deflected right back up to the mid-glass. Finding its way back into the corner now. A flutter puck to the blue line. Dumped right back into the opposite side corner. Going in after this one for Florida Gulf Coast is Max Mulholland. Now played dangerous area right in front of the bench with the backhander flutter puck. Finds its way back into the defensive end of the Eagles. Works out for him. 8:40 to go here in this first period of play. We are still scoreless. Wow. Oh, what a hit down there from Sutton Fisher.
13s collide there.
Physicality game maybe stepping up the other way. Now a shot here, bouncing around. Oh my goodness, and Jared Birch just got the luckiest save of the night.
Fortunately, it didn't go off his glove and into the back of the net.
Now a little bit of physicality down there. 13 still going at it down there. Oh, and another check down there as Arkansas's 13 and Alex Cuser gets demolished right in front of the other 13 who was knocking him down. Sutton Fisher not forgetting about that check. Now moved in from Tyler Reichel. He sends that one back around behind the boards. Taken here by Arkansas. As this one will be moved right back behind the net. Got to be careful of that forecheck down there, and it works out as a possession is retaken from Florida Gulf Coast. Now moved to the blue line, jumping up, and a dump back in, finds a way through the legs. Back in on the right side of the blue line after getting off of that delayed offsides. Left back there, right in prime territory, bouncing up into the air. Oh, and that's a great poke check from Joseph Dusenka. That's going to be underrated, but that one probably saved a goal in a very good scoring area. Played back into the neutral zone. Brought back into the Arkansas defensive end. Check missed right there. This one got caught off of the body of a Florida Gulf Coast Thomas Rama. Pass back down. Reichel fired a shot wide and high of the net. Played right back behind. Taken here. Body got in the way from Reichel down there, and he is everywhere in tonight's game.
Yeah, he's playing fantastic. We highlighted him in our pregame show. He's a guy you got to keep your eye on. Second team all-conference in the SCHC, so definitely a guy you're going to want to highlight if you are on the Razorback bench.
Played onto the near side boards, a check thrown down there, taken back by Arkansas. Touch pass on the backhand as they enter back into the offensive end. Played through the legs, and that one finding its way to the goal line on the outside of the left side circle, but gets taken away as Jared Birch covers that one up and maybe throws a little bit of a fist to defend his crease.
Yeah, the captain coming in there for the Razorbacks, trying to throw his stick in the mix. Andrew Denom, the senior from McKinney, Texas. A lot of Texas natives on this Razorback team.
More than Arkansas.
Certainly.
How does that work?
Not sure.
Well, let's think. What are the other ACHA schools in Arkansas?
I guess the recruiting staff from the Razorbacks is
big pipeline. To Texas.
Big pipeline to Texas.
Oil pipeline, they would say so. There. This one played back inside of the circle now off the face-off win for the Razorbacks. Played through. That one got through one pair of legs through traffic, but got deflected away by another green and blue sock combination down there. Now played on the goal line, backhander forward. That one got stuck somewhere between the net and the back of the line. Now played by Florida Gulf Coast, and a good pass up the ice as this one will be moved in by Seth Cohen. Cohen leaves this one right back. Arkansas, tough spill down there. And that prevents any rush going forward as that one has to be pushed the other way by Aiden Everett. Right in front of the Arkansas opponent bench of Florida Gulf Coast, and this one will be played on a delayed offsides. The guilty party man will get right on the right side of the blue line. Now played inside of the neutral zone. A pass that's just left back there. This one goes inside of the corner. In after it is Zachary Polarski. Played back opposite side corner going into this one. Arkansas, the back check doing a good job for him here tonight. That's a big reason this game is still a scoreless affair between these two. Back inside of the defensive zone corner here for Arkansas on the near side. They finally collect it and move it up the ice the other way. Bringing this one in. Jacob Yassin playing it behind the net, looking for something. He throws a nice check down there. This one played through the circles, right in front of Florida Gulf Coast bench and dumped right back in. Now going in after it as a player had not been aware that he had that one on his skates. As this one finds its way in from Malcolm. Kirstoff Malkin tries a shot right there. Hard redirect off of the backboards, played back to the blue line. Shot here, finds its way through traffic, still loose, and covered up there by Dusenka as a pair of Eagles were coming in with the sticks ready to swoop.
And great play there from the captain for the Eagles, number 22, Christoph Malcolm, the co-captain, along with Tyler Reichel. Getting a good opportunity from the down low. That's blocked, and then Seth Cohen getting a shot from the point, the freshman from Miami, Florida. Lots of opportunities from all over for the Eagles, and they are dominating in shots 17-5.
Oh, man.
And it honestly feels like it.
And now a power play opportunity coming up for Arkansas. We get to see what the 96th best power play in the country can do. 22.4%. Their fans haven't had a ton to cheer about so far tonight. But this is a big opportunity for momentum for the Razorbacks. Played back inside of the corner. They work with this one. Right side circle. Move it to the blue line. D-to-D pass intercepted, and off to the races now goes Max Mulholland. Oh, he slows up right there, and he threw himself out of his own shoes. The only person he dangled down there was his own jockstrap.
What a great play there by Mulholland to jump the pass at the point and get an opportunity down low, though.
This one bounced off a few bodies, a juggling act. It'll be taken right back by Gulf Coast once again. Knocked down with the hand down there from Sky Chambers. Inside of the defensive end, they look to move this one up carefully. Just one stick evaded right there. Working over to the left wing side to the top of the circle. Moving it in, firing a shot. Oh, loose right at the doorstep, and it finds its way out. Knocked down with a hand pass, they'll say. I swear that one was heading right to the back of the net.
What a great shot there from Evan Kerr. It seemed like he was trying to go top blocker. It seems like that's the area of focus for this Arkansas Razorbacks team, and Jared Birch playing very well so far here in this period. All 6 saves, and he's trying to updo his counterpart Jusenka, because he's obviously standing on his head. 17 saves here in the first period alone.
He's got a little bit of work to do if he wants to catch up to that level.
Guess so.
This one right in front of the net. Benefit of an early whistle down there to Jared Birch, but he'll take it.
Definitely.
Offensive zone faceoff once again for the Razorbacks, with the Bucks 6 to go in their power play.
And we've seen a lot of early whistles this tournament already. It's just day one. This is game 14 of 14 and 16 of 16, excuse me. And we've seen a lot of teams benefit / be on the opposite end of a quick whistle every once in a while.
We'll see what Arkansas can do after the response to that quick whistle. Played back to the blue line. They have this one. Working around, D-to-D pass. This one finds way over to the right side circle. Played back into the corner now. Working from the right side circle. This one back to the top of the slot. Working down left side circle now. Outside of the circle, they move with this one on the stick as Grant Deacon moves this one back around. Right to the very edge of the blue line down there. 40 seconds to go on this power play. Knocked right back down by Andrew Denomi. Inside of the corner, this one played now by Deacon once again. Top of the left side circle, looking for an option, and they play this one back over. A moving man on the right side of the blue line, and Deacon takes it right back. He's getting back checked down there quite literally. Right side circle, blocked in traffic. A great block down there, and Deacon gets his own rebound once again. Maybe not a great passing man down there, as this is now against the boards. Man falls down, Deacon takes it once again, and 13 seconds are left on the power play. Played right back down, right side circle. Inside of the corner, they try to jam this one back behind the net. 6 seconds to go on the power play. Back to the blue line, they go with it now. Passing lanes all blocked up. Off of the stick, this one goes. The man back out of the box now for Florida Gulf Coast, and they play this one along the backboards as Deacon goes in after it once again. Grant Deacon passes this one right back behind the net. Loose back there on the goal line. Taken from the right side circle and back on the goal line once again. To the blue line. It's moved now. Top of the right side circle. Bouncing in the air. Deacon right in front of that one. Can't take it back as Drew Hill's got it. Hill puts this one in front of the net. Oh, and this one finds a way right back into his wheelhouse. Back in the left side corner. Now behind the net once again. It's loose back there as a couple of players are all jammed up against each other, and that's going to help Florida Gulf Coast out to dig this one out. 2:40 to go here in this first period. Oh, a nice check with the body right in the way down there from Sam Weidenbaum. Exit out of the zone coming out here. That's not going to work out as it's intercepted by Cody Tremblay. Takes the shot short side, tries to sneak it through, and Dusenka covers the gap.
It's a great play there from number 16, Cody Tremblay. He picks the pocket of the defender, the pass, and goes in and gets 2 great opportunities. Not a bad power play from Arkansas. A couple of good opportunities. They're holding on to the puck way too long. You got to take those shots. They're seeing the lane, then they get the lane, and then they're thinking about shooting, and then they're like, oh, man, I got to pass it. You got to just do. You got to shoot when you see that lane. You cannot wait because Florida Gulf Coast is good enough. They'll close those up right away.
Well, it's not just that. It seems like they're overthinking every part of their game. The simple breakout passes, the simple exit passes. That's why you're seeing so many turnovers and odd man rushes the other way for Florida Gulf Coast. You have to take a step back and breathe. It's been some time since Arkansas has been to the national tournament. Obviously, Florida Gulf Coast more recently season as this one finds its way towards the net. You just got to breathe and calm down.
Well, that's all stuff they're working on all year. That power play, I mean, it's 22% for a reason. Don't hesitate on your chances. You got to capitalize on an opening up top. These teams are good enough to block these shots from the point on the power play.
Right side circle, trying a few footwork down there. That one gets taken right back away. A touch pass back as Christoph Malkin gets checked into the linesman. Now played back, and a return check down there as sent back into the glass is Matthew Tallow. Now played hard off of the boards. A couple of extensions down there don't work out. It'll be taken right back by Alex Kuzer. Good movement up as Evan Kerr gets it. Played back over to Grant Deacon. We saw him a lot on that power play. He was the catalyst, you'll say. Played back inside of the corner now. Waiting for this one at the blue line. It won't work out as now it'll be chipped pass forward. Christoph Malcolm goes after this one, but it'll be taken back away the other way. As bringing it in now is Thomas Rama. Oh, and a great save down there from goaltender Dusenka. You can't even be surprised. Count him up. How many saves is that tonight for Dusenka?
That's his 21st of the night, and it's only the first period. We're not not even done with the first period. Flashes the leather beautifully. The Slovak is doing quite the job to shut down these Eagles.
1:08 to go.
And honestly, sorry, Sean, he's making it look so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all effortless. Right there, he just sticks out his paw and grabs it.
Well, you can't teach talent, and he's got all the natural talent
And
you
size.
need as a goaltender. Yeah, he's a little undersized at 5'11", 170, but he has such great movement and flexibility. Yeah. And the big thing for him, we talked about it for Barber earlier, the Georgia goalie. She's 5'4", 125 pounds. She allowed one goal today, 27 saves. It's not just about size; it's about awareness. It's about where you position yourself. That's what makes a great goaltender great, and you're seeing a great performance out there from Dusenka. And that's no disrespect to Jared Birch. It's just a 7-save night's a little bit easier.
It's just he's faced exactly 3 times more shots than his counterparts.
That's fine. Brought in the other way. Trying a few stick moves. Some great walking down there as Ryan Bauer got that one low. This one loose in the low slot area, taken back away by Arkansas. Their defense is doing what they can to bail them out. Oh my goodness, what elimination down there from Jacob Yassine. He was faced with 2 Eagles and he knocked them into each other.
Beautiful. Physical play there from Jacob Yassine, from the freshman defenseman from Allen, Texas.
25 seconds left to go here in this first period. Played back behind the net and shipped forward as this one will be played to the blue line. Flutter puck out of the zone, knocked down very hastily right there by Jason Webb. Webb moving up ice, touched up down there, so no icing against Corey Morgan. Back behind the net, 9 seconds to go here. One last rush for either of these teams. Played back behind the net on the goal line inside of the defensive end here for the Razorbacks. Behind the net, trying to wrap around. That one finds way out of the zone, and that will do it for 20 minutes of play here from Columbus. A scoreless affair after 20 minutes and a flurry of shots faced by one goaltender in particular in Joseph Dusenka. So total shots in that period, 21-7 in favor of Florida Gulf Coast. The team is looking phenomenal right now. They just have to figure out the equation of that goaltender play. But right now, Arkansas, they started off hot. They were getting shots off, and they were creating momentum for themselves, getting their own opportunities going. That's such a huge thing, and you're seeing it. The big leaders on this team, it's the captains, and that's the reason they have the C on their chest. Tyler Reichel and Christoph Malcolm, they are leading the way right now for these offensive juggernauts of the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles. But on the other side, you're seeing a few players, mainly guys like Alex Kuser, Evan Kerr, and of course on the power play, Grant Deacon, the freshman from Texas. They're working around that net. They're getting opportunities there for Jared Birch, and we have Tyler Marcotte down there with the head coach of Florida Gulf Coast. Take it away, Tyler.
And now that you guys are getting ready to go into that second period, tied 0-0, what's the game plan? What are you going to tell your guys heading into this second period?
That we played a pretty good first period. We've been off for a little while. Our league ended a little over a month ago, so this is our first real competition. But we got our legs going, we got our speed going, and that's what our game's predicated on. Is just try to outpace the other team and outwork them.
Veteran team, you guys have been here so many times. How does that help you going into a tournament like this?
We have maybe 8 or 9 kids from last year's team that finished third in the nation, and we got 11 first-time players on this team, but the veterans have really brought these kids along with them, and I think the new kids know what to expect because of that, and they're feeding off the experience of the older players.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck in the second period. Back to you, Sean.
Thank you, Tyler. That was, of course, Thomas Philbin, Florida Gulf Coast head coach. A few technical difficulties to start off. Glad the mic figured itself out. A great guy, a humble guy, and a guy who's been here before, and he knows what to expect. He knows his players. He knows what they expect out of him. And like you said, that break may be good for the guys, may be bad for the guys. So far, it's looking like it helped them out with 21 shots in that period. They just got to get one past the brick wall. The cliche as it goes, and it's in every sport. That first goal is going to be so massive, and we'll see how that'll work out as both these teams will be vying for it. After 20 minutes of play, 21-7 shots, and you got to wonder if all that built-up momentum is going to either tire out Florida Gulf Coast or if it's going to keep them going, because it's an old adage. You get all your chances and you can't convert. How do you guys respond?
Yeah, and I think right now, we just talked to coaches from Florida Gulf Coast, it's in the scouting report. They know what they got to do to take down Joseph Jasenka. They know coming in that we're going to have to pound the net. They know this is not going to be a 22-shot game. It's going to be a 22-shot period for them, and it was coming close. There are 21 shots, only 7 for Arkansas, so it's not like this is something they're not prepared for. They're prepared to come in here and bang and bang and bang and bang until eventually 1 or 2 can find the back of the net. And if it's a 2-0 game, if it's a 1-1 game, if it's a 1-0 game, that's what this team is prepared for. And like he talked about, he's got the experience, but also a lot of young legs out there for the Eagles. So I think they're prepared heading into this third period and second period, and for Arkansas. You like what you see in spurts from their team.
Yeah.
Offenses, it came out hot, and they're showing some physicality that they can hang with this Eagles team. The power play I would like to see be a little bit quicker. I would like to see a little bit more decisive decisions in the offensive zone, and especially in the defensive zone. A lot of turnovers on that breakout. You got to help out your goalie a little bit. 21 shots. That second period, you cannot give up 21 shots again, because
game will be over real
promise you, one of those will find the back of the net, because he's got to be exhausted. So Arkansas, again, like what we see in spurts, but a little bit more consistency from them, and I think they'll be just fine.
Well, we will step aside and let these teams prepare for period number 2. We'll get ourselves ready. Don't go anywhere. A 0-0 game when we come back for the next 20 minutes here from the ACHA D3 National Tournament. Back for second period action here from Columbus, Ohio. Florida Gulf Coast and Arkansas looking to decide who will be the first goal scorer in this game. A 0-0 affair after 20 minutes of play. What a period offensively from Florida Gulf Coast. What a period defensively from one player in particular from Arkansas.
Yeah, the goaltender, Joseph Dusenka, the freshman from Slovakia, has been outstanding. 21 saves in that first period. Normally that's what you see in a game, and he's made that in the first 20 minutes. So Gulf Coast is certainly pouring it on offensively, and if they give up another 21 shots, I think one of those are going to eventually find the back of the net.
Quick shot fired here. This one finding its way all around to the front of the net. Played right back by Arkansas, now up the ice, and a good movement up here now. They work right side circle, getting around onto the goal line area. Played back around, now inside of the corner, trying to get that one up to the blue line. No such luck as that one's played up the ice by Thomas Rama. Rama's got it once again, and he plays this one back inside of his defensive end as he moves it over to Reichel. Reichel back once again to Rama. Entrance into the zone here now as this one finds way back behind the net. Reichel goes after this one once again. He gets pinned up against the boards. Now taken by Florida Gulf Coast inside of their defensive end. They got to be careful here. Shot, top shelf, right in front of the net. They just miss it down there, and this one's played back behind. Playing it left side circle, couldn't carry that one with them. Played back down, and Florida Gulf Coast just avoided a humongous bullet.
Yeah, a mistake, a turnover in their own zone. Here's another shot from Arkansas. Stick handling in your own zone, going backwards. I'm not really sure what was going through the mind of the defenseman, and almost gave up a shorthanded, not really shorthanded, but a short-sided opportunity. Jared Birch had to kind of reach up his shoulder, and that's, I think, the most difficult save he's had to make today. But I have a hard time believing that we haven't talked as much about Jared Birch as we have about Joseph Dusenka, because Jared Birch is equally a tremendous goalie, and Dusenka is outshining him so far, and his team is outshining him.
This one played right in front of the Arkansas bench, dumped side to side now as this one's played back down by Matthew Clifford. Good move down there. This one finding its way back to the goal line, right to the front of that, and just missing it right down there. Back inside of the far side corner now. Seth Cohen will take this one. Right side circle. Arkansas looks for the breakout. A flutter puck out of the zone finds its way back inside of the defensive end. Taken here by Blake Hartman. Hartman going in after this one, onto the goal line, and a man right in the way back there behind the net. He's got some reinforcements coming in with him as Zachary Pilarski goes in for it. Back behind the goal line once again. This one's bouncing right in front. Dangerous territory. Held in at the blue line by Pilarski. Played back down. Florida Gulf Coast has got the rush. They've got a 3-on-1 here. Right side to the slot. Right side once again trying to center it. Oh my goodness, what comeback defense. Cold as ice down there to recover that one.
Great defense, a back check play by the Razorbacks, and they eliminate a 3-on-1 opportunity, sliding and making that stop.
Oh, loose in front of that, Jared Birch. No goal as that one is kicked in front of the net. Oh man, looked like he was snowing on that one, and he used the side of the blade, and that one pushed Birch out of the way and got the puck through. No goal, but a face-off coming up in the offensive end. That was a little bit too close for comfort for one Jared Birch.
A huge break for the Eagles, but on the other end, Brooks Moore makes a fantastic play on the 3-on-1 opportunity, and then coming right back, a great save there. Well, not really a save, a kicked-in goal, a good break there for the Eagles, and awesome hockey so far here in the second period.
Yeah, Arkansas is really up in the ante in this period. I think they're listening to you on the broadcast back in the locker room. Justin McDowell, the head coach of Arkansas, is probably saying, you know what, he's probably right. We should turn up the heat a little bit. We got to start playing in this one. They came out swinging already, out shooting 2-0 to start off, but the TOP is where my mind and my money is on right now. Right side blue line, jumping up into the air. That one misses the net, goes back inside of the corner as Kyle Horvath goes after this one. Taken back away by Arkansas now. A very weak pass up the ice, but it does the job. A little bit of interference, nothing too blatant right down there as this one's taken back by Gulf Coast, back behind their own net. Turnover right here, back behind the net, looking for an option to get this one too. They move it up to the blue line. Left side blue line, inside of the circle. Backhand toss right back down behind the net where Drew Hill will take it. Gulf Coast touches this one up. Wide open lane, a stick redirect down there is getting in the way of that one was Shia Mitruska. Back the other way now. 2-on-2 developing. Low slot area. A stick lift and no penalty called right there as the player got tripped up. I don't know. That might be the right call, I think.
Yeah, that was a really good defensive play there from Tyler Valgeron, the freshman from Hamilton, Ontario. Great defensive play there. It looked like the Florida Gulf Coast Eagle, I believe, on that break-in was number 13, Sutton Fisher, and he was able to lift his stick and eliminate the scoring opportunity. Great play.
Well, Fisher will be under center once again here now from the left side circle. So if he wants to make something happen, he's got another chance to do it now. Centerman comes out late here for Arkansas. And this one held in at the dot, taken back by the Razorbacks from inside their own defensive end. 16:20 to go here, second period. We are still scoreless here from Columbus. Shot on net. Ooh, a nice rebound offered up, but he's played that one smartly as there was nobody in the area to take that one back. Held into the blue line. A lot of real estate to work with. Kicked away, and this one finds way, well, back to the blue line once again. Not able to get this one out of the zone as the forecheck for Arkansas is prominent now. Birch has to follow up and hold on to his crease down there. He has been busy this period.
And Florida Gulf Coast, 21 shots in the first period. They've yet to find the net in this second period.
Well, 7 shots for Arkansas in the first period.
And they've got 4 already in the second.
Half.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. It's amazing what an intermission can do for both teams. The momentum swing in just the 10 minutes amount of rested.
You give a chance a team to breathe and see strategy, and a good head coach will adjust. This one played back down and in now as Sky Chambers brings it in, goes inside of the near side corner. Back behind the net, this one just very easily pushed forward. Now positions for your triangle right here. Oh, and a great block in front of the net as a shot had been fired down there from Matt Lasky. He's had his fingerprints all over any scoring opportunity today. Oh, and a big check as the man falls out of the sky down there. Down the other way, out of the net. This one will have to be played by Jared Birch. No icing call back there. Back inside of the corner, Arkansas's offense continuously applying pressure here, both physically and with great passes and holds at the blue line. They're being so stingy, they hold it once again as they try and center that one. Not able to get there. Now a 3-on-2 developing for Florida Gulf Coast. Man joins in the rush late for the defense. Played right side circle. Soft pass towards the front of the net. Loose at the doorstep still, and that one gets sent back away by Arkansas as they look to move the other way.
Finally, Gulf Coast is able to get their first shot on net in this period.
Played back off the near side boards. Body in the way, kicked forward. Don't even think he knew it down there as that one went off of the foot of Sky Chambers. Now brought in a very soft just dump in from Trey Lowry. Back behind the net, driving the man into the boards and recovering after this one is Aiden Everett. Everett getting a little bit of assistance down there from Andrew Denomi. Stuck inside of the corners. They're playing kick the biscuit along the boards. Moving this one. It finally gets taken back out of the zone by Matthew Clifford here of Florida Gulf Coast. Pass back over. Right side circle. A shot over top of the net. And it works out as a clear in itself as it comes out of the zone. Nice easy move up the ice now. Going down is Alex Kuser. He gets around a man down there. Keeps it going for himself. Played back. Left side circle. A shot. The net got lifted a little bit. And Perja put that one back real quick. This one centered to nobody. And Florida Gulf Coast looked to flutter puck this one up into the air. Instead, they go direct, and it finds its way onto the stick of an Arkansas player where Jared Birch will have to play it back on his own goal line. Now back behind his net. Kuser applying pressure once again. Colton Sands now having this one. Back in front of the Arkansas bench, Florida Gulf Coast with a lead pass up the ice. Played back, the tip down there, so no icing call. Behind the net, they try and center this one. Great pass. Wow. Oh, and just a little too late. Maybe one too many moves down there from Zach Palmer. From Connor Black. Loose in front of the net. A stick save down there and a great one. Full extension from the baseball player down there.
It's deflected in front there by number 12, Seth Cohen, and I think that kind of threw off Dusenka, and he had a hard time corralling that puck. It was loose in the crease for just a moment, and luckily he's able to smother it.
Left side, top of the circle now. They bring this one, a shot on net. Dusenka recovers that one and played it back on a rebound right in front of the net. His defense recovers it. Defense helping him out so much more in this second period. Now played back inside of the circle. Soft touch pass, a one-timer. Another opportunity. Jared Birch saw that one the whole way and scooped it up.
Yeah, that was two great opportunities for the Razorbacks. Jared Birch kicks out the right pad and is able to kick it aside. He didn't get a lot of pressure in that first period, but he's already seen 6 shots here in the second. We're not even halfway done. We're at the 12:58 mark, and a great opportunity. Birch kicks it aside, and he's holding his team in this game as they're struggling to get back onto the offensive pressure side of this game.
Back into the right side circle. Florida Gulf Coast clears the zone with this one as Christoph Malcolm goes after with his speed. Taken back by Arkansas. They were skate for skate down there. That's good defense. Now played up. Not able to move that one out of the zone as Shia Matruska gets his stick in the way and then finishes him off with a little bit of a check down there. A little friendly elbow. Back behind the net. Arkansas moves this one up the ice. A good connection down there. Gets it past Christoph Malcolm as this one finds way into the corner. Now into the corner goes Jake Scherer. Trying to take it right back. No such luck. Gulf Coast has got this one. Played up the ice to the blue line. A shot that misses the net. Punched away down there from Jared Birch. Finds its way to the corner. Up the ice at the red line now. Not able to take that one with him is Shia Matruska. Played right back into the defensive end now. And this is almost more of a feeling out period than we saw from the first. It seemed like it was the second period should have been the first, and the first should have been the second for Florida Gulf Coast especially.
And in a similar way, Arkansas came out hot in the first period. It came out hot here in the second, and now Florida Gulf Coast is starting to get their feet back again after that break, and they're starting to get a little bit more offensive pressure as they rattle off 4 shots within the span of, I believe, a minute.
Oh, a great opportunity. Redirect. Someone kicked that one around. I think it was an Arkansas skate. Luckily, right on top of that one was Dusenka as he came up with the save. He would have been kicking himself if that one would have found its way through. Now played back defensive end. Stick gets in the lane down there. Can't pass that one up cleanly. Moved up cleanly now, and getting past that one is Ryan Bauer. This one played back over right to the front of the net. Oh, and a great save down there from Joseph Dusenka. He covers up both posts at the same time and prevents the goal.
And a dangerous breakout pass for the Eagles. That's known in the NHL as a suicide pass. You're leading your guy a little bit too far. He's already starting to come up ice. His head's down and looking back. In the league, that's normally when a guy like Nicholas Cronwall comes in and lays down the hammer, but he's able to sneak away from the defenseman, and a 3-on-1 opportunity is no problem for Joseph Dusenka, who's been fantastic so far here today.
Right side circle face-off here for Alex Gunderman inside of the offensive end for him. Clean win back. A shot that jumps over top of the net of Dusenka. Now taken back as a chip shot is caught and collected cleanly down, brought back to earth by Trey Lowry. Lowry just dumps that one behind the net. Corey Morgan will move it up the ice. Dumped right back. Moved up, and a connection made right here. This one brought down mid-slot area. Great drop pass. Oh, and maybe too much down there as the net comes off from Dusenka. He'll put that one together. What a beauty of a blind backhand.
Yeah, what great awareness from Tyler Reichel to know where his line mate is, get him the puck, and just a little bit outstretched his reach. He was unable to put a quality shot on, but if he gets that clean and puts it on net, that's an A+. That's probably the best scoring opportunity of the day for the Eagles.
Back behind the net now. Miscommunication right there, so Arkansas gets this one right-handed back to him on a platter. Back now, Tyler Reichel's got some pressure applied to him as he loses that one the other way. Bringing this one down are the Razorbacks. They work from the back of the net right to the front. Jared Birch having some trouble with that one. It gets taken back away by his defense. And this one played back out to the blue line now. All around this one is Drew Hill as he's putting his fingerprints all over that puck right now. A high clearing pass. This one finds way into the defensive end and played right back by Sky Chambers.
They sure love that stretch pass to Reichel, don't they? I think there's 4 or 5 times in that shift alone they tried it. It worked a couple of times, but if they can connect on it for a really good opportunity, that could be a dangerous give up for the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Oh man, what a shot right there! Just a little bit too high and wide from Sky Chambers. He gets that one stuck up in the netting around the rink and onto the one where he wanted, right below the glove of Jared Birch.
Well, they tried that stretch pass to Tyler Reichel 4 or 5 times, and it worked a couple times, but they were unable to get a good opportunity, good back check from the Razorbacks. But so we've got, I believe, the media timeout here, and both of these teams playing really hard. Shots a little bit more even as they are 8 for Florida Gulf Coast, 9 for Arkansas. Arkansas's total now up to 16, and Florida Gulf Coast is trying to get shot number 30 past Joseph Dusenka, and he's still fantastic.
I can't believe we are here now, halfway mark of this game, and still no goals.
I told you I believed that this would be a low-scoring affair, and I stand by that. I mean, the defense, the goaltending, the numbers showed me that this would be a low-scoring game. The goaltenders, the pedigree that these two tenders have, it's fantastic. You know, they're playing at the top of their game, a high level of compete between both of these guys with the masks on, and I'm surprised with the volume of shots that Florida Gulf Coast is able to get with no goals, but I'm not surprised at the performance that both of these guys are putting on in their crease. Both of them, the best goaltenders in the country and the best goaltenders in this tournament, and they're proving it right here on the biggest stage in the country.
Right side circle face-off coming up in the Arkansas offensive end. 9:44 to go here, second period. A scoreless affair between the Pool D competitors. Number 1, Florida Gulf Coast, and the Woo Pig Suey, number 4, Arkansas Razorbacks. This one played down the length of the ice. There's that stretch pass. They try it once again. It forces Dusenka out of his own net. Works out here the other way, though, as it's played by Connor Black. Oh, trying that pass right back over mid-slot area, just firing a shot into the corner. The whistle blown. That looks like it probably came off.
And the net, yeah. And he's Dusenka, fantastic in the crease. He can handle the puck. Very impressed. That was not an easy pass for him. It's a rolling puck with some pressure from a forward, and he's able to easily put it off of the end boards. Very nice job. Everything he does is impressive. I mean, it might sound like we're huge fans of him,
We're
but
not just
this is
stroking the ego.
first time I've ever seen him play, and I'm very impressed by his play in net.
It's not showing off if you back it up.
No, certainly not. And he's doing a great job.
This one dumped right back down the other way from Aiden Everett, finding its way back onto the goal line. Everett going back in after this one will be taken the other way by Thomas Rama. Not able to keep that one going forward. It finally does find its way down the ice from Seth Cohen. Now working inside of the corner. Cohen's got this one. Playing it back down the other way and moving this one up the ice is Aiden Everett firing a shot. Seeing eye shot held onto there from Jared Birch. 8:55 to go in the second. Scoreless here with another offensive end faceoff for the Arkansas Razorbacks.
10th shot of the period for Arkansas, and they keep pounding Jared Birch with these great opportunities. Eventually, one of them is going to find the back of the twine. Jared Birch, though, is looking solid in net. He looks unshaken in the crease.
Just comfy.
Yes, very comfortable, calm. Both of these goaltenders look like they are completely at peace.
There we go. This might be a rush the other way coming up from the right side. Florida Gulf Coast puts on the afterburners. Wide open area. Not a clean catch, though, and defense gets right in the way of that one. Good comeback from Evan Kerr as this one gets out of play.
Yeah, Kyle Horvath with a great awareness. He's coming in on the zone. He's aware that he's not going to beat the defenseman on a clean break at the net. Slams on the brakes. Coming in late is the defenseman number 25, Alfonso Diaz. And an opportunity just hops off his stick, and he's unable to put it on net. But that's the third or fourth time we've seen that play happen, and they've been unable to capitalize on those great opportunities created by forwards who have taken a different direction off of a drive into the zone.
Horvath has 2 points on the season, and he's playing like he's a 20-goal scorer out there the way he's leading that offense when he hits the ice.
Sophomore from Mentor, Ohio.
A little more local for him.
Yeah, 2 Ohio natives here on this Gulf Coast Eagles, including Mason Lundquist, who is from Columbus, Ohio.
Home cooking.
Yeah, the freshman coming back home and trying to win a national championship in his hometown. Not too bad.
No, not a bad way to start off your collegiate hockey career. I mean, you're already going down to Fort Myers, Florida, so you're doing pretty well.
You're already one of the top teams in the country, so he's doing all right so far.
This one played back on the goal line. Florida Gulf Coast looking to move this one up the ice. Right now, they're in a tough battle with an Arkansas team as this one shot towards the net, kind of snuck away from the net right there, and Jared Birch comes out and collects that one. 8:13 to go here, second period. Face-off remains in the offensive end here for the Razorbacks.
I challenge them to come out a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more assertive here in this period, and I think we've seen that from the Razorbacks. Definitely getting more pucks on net, definitely trying to be a little bit more careful. Not a lot of turnovers in their own defensive zone, definitely good to see from them. That created a lot of chances for the Gulf Coast Eagles in that first period, and we haven't seen a lot of those yet here in the second period, and I think the goaltender, Joseph Dusenka, is quite pleased about that as well.
Play off of the boards as this one gets moved back up, and it'll be taken by Alex Kuser. Played right in front of the Arkansas bench now. Taken back by Gulf Coast. They move this one into the zone as this one gets taken back on a delayed offside. Movement up the ice here as that gets touched up by Ryan Bauer. Now back down the ice, just touched up there, so that negates the icing call if there had been a chance for one. Back behind the net, Jacob Yassin, who's been a defensive phenom as he throws a huge check and levels his man who's still down on the ice. Now an odd-angle opportunity as Jared Birch is out of position. Finally, who's slowly getting up is Jason Webb. Yassin has been a one-man wrecking crew.
Yeah, he's a big dude. It seemed like a clean hit for me, and they're going to take him over to the Gulf Coast bench just to be safe. But
hope he's all right.
What a battering ram of a hit that was from Yassin.
That's the guy you love to play with and hate to play against.
Physical, strong defenseman, a Texas defenseman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right about that. 7:36 to go in the second.
He's got that Texas strength.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Like I guess most of this Razorbacks team.
Crazy. The Arkansas guys, all Texas. Well, you'll take it.
Who'd have thunk?
Yeah. Left side circle. Now to the slot, firing a shot.
Wow.
Ooh, just a very tiptoe save made right there. Now to the right side circle. Played back into the corner. Movement back down as that one gets sent right back behind by Thomas Rama. Inside of the corner, a little bit of a check thrown down there to try and keep that puck going from Jake Scherer. Scherer going back after this one, going against Andrew Tweeten. Inside of the corner, Tweeten going in after this one once again. Alex Parisi trying to apply some pressure. Now in the corner, this one gets dumped down the length of the ice. Foot race going on here. Down and will go back for an icing against Gulf Coast. That's not going to happen all too often with a team that quick.
No, and Jared Birch had to really extend for that one. All 5'10" of him had to reach out and use the tippy toe of his blade to kick that one aside. Arkansas, they're getting more and more opportunities on net, and they're knocking on the door, and it's just a matter of time before Jared Birch opens one up. Keep up the pressure. Don't stop. Relentless. That is going to be the key to keeping this game in the possession of Arkansas. 0-0 game right now. Anything can happen. All it takes is one shot to change the game.
Played back to the goal line off of the face-off win here for Arkansas. Bad pass up the ice, though, as this one will be taken down the other way from Tyler Reichel. Reichel a pass back down, juggling act down there. Anthony Lindsay's got inside of the corner. Back to Reichel now. Reichel working on the goal line, finding its way inside of the corner. Back in front of the bench. Oh, my goodness, what a check down there. Eating ice down there as Andrew Eaton, a humongous check once again.
Evan Kerr laying down the boom as the physicality for the Razorbacks is starting to pick up.
Well, that was part of my game plan for how to battle that speed, and right now you're seeing the physicality come out in a whole new way.
Absolutely.
This one played back the other way, a 2-on-2 rush with a third man coming in with speed, centering opportunity, firing a shot. Oh my goodness, an emphatic save down there from Dusenka.
What a great flashes the leather there in Robs. The trailing forward, I believe that was number 14, Anthony Lindsay, trying to go low glove side, and Joseph Dusenka says, nope. You think you could score 20 after 21 shots in the first, 9 in the second.
No.
This is easy.
He's just getting started.
He just looks a little bored in that.
Played back behind the net now. Arkansas looking to move this one up and out. They play this one on a backhand. It finds way out of the zone. Now they got to do something with it. Played back up. Good passing up there as Tyler Valdrin's able to send that one back inside of the corner. Now play opportunity as it's played down by Drew Hill. Hill's been a great guy as now the official takes a spill. Hill's got it once again. A weak shot towards the net. Jared Birch. Nice and easy with that one. 5:47 to go here, second period. And you guessed it, still goose eggs on the board. Offensive zone faceoff, as we've seen, it seems the last 10 faceoffs inside of the Arkansas offensive end.
And Jared Birch is doing a good job with that rebound control, not giving great second chances. And the ones that he is, they're being kicked off into the corner. So great to see that the chances that he is getting, he's managing them well.
Played back inside of the corner in Arkansas's defensive end. And after this one with speed is Connor Black. The 226 is going at it down there as this one's played up the ice. Now movement up, finding this one across the red line, entering in with it now is Grant Deacon, finding its way back behind the net. Drew Hill with this one once again, working from the corner, pass back out to the blue line, a shot, a great block down with it with a stick. This is going to create an offensive opportunity. 3-on-1 developing from the right side, centering opportunity the right side once again. Dusenka pushes that one away.
Sean, that's the third time they've had a 3-on-1, and they've always tried, they've gone right,
left,
top, right, and it's just not working. They've got to take those shots. They're not even getting these shots on net.
That left guy probably feels like chopped liver. He hasn't gotten one pass opportunity, and he's usually the man closest to the wide open area.
It's the third time in a row they've done that. You think the Arkansas Razorbacks have picked up on that? I think they have. I knew they were going to do it by the time they crossed the blue line.
Played back in right side circle. If it don't work, you got to fix it. This one played, an elbow save made right there from Dusenka, and that was his most suspect save of the night, and that's saying something.
That was a tricky one.
Played back, right side blue line now. That one got blocked away. A completely unselfish sliding effort there from who else? Jacob Yassin.
He's been fantastic here in the second period.
Left side circle shot that just whizzed past the ear of Dusenka and finds his way right back into the corner with 4:15 to go.
Big hit there from Kyle Horvath.
Rush down. He slid across the ice about 3 or 4 feet. Right side blue line, looking for a lane, shoots that one. It got blocked by somebody's arm before it found its way to the net. Played back down, a crushing blow against the boards once again. And this one played through the circles as Arkansas has got to get it out of the zone. This will go down for an icing. We'll have a face-off inside of the offensive end for Florida Gulf Coast. It's just routine at this point. Under 4 minutes to go here. 0-0 game nearly after 40 minutes.
And Arkansas definitely taking control of this second period. It seems like the scoring chances have been fairly even from the beginning of this period. And you got to wonder, what did the head coach of the University of Arkansas Razorbacks, Justin McDowell, say to his troops?
You'll get to ask.
Rally them. We're going to find out. I'll tell you that right now.
Tyler on the case. Not right now. Give it about
we'll give it about
4 minutes.
3:50.
Yeah, give or take. Make sure the mic's on.
I will.
Knew I could count on you. This one played in right side.
We fixed the problem.
There you go. Right side circle. Great glove save there from Jared Birch.
That is the 13th shot of the period for Arkansas. Their 20th of the game. They are quickly catching up to the Eagles, who currently have 31 shots.
There you go.
Math.
Quick catching up, too.
Math is hard.
Yeah. It's anybody's ball game in the third period.
Yeah. It is. Oh, my gosh. This has been a fantastic. I love these games.
Yeah.
You love the high-scoring games because of the excitement.
This is a chess match,
This is a chess match. It's one goalie against the next. What the first goalie does the best.
Alone to the front of the net, firing a shot, and they score! Max Mulholland, top shelf backhander, first goal of the game. Nearly 37 minutes into it. What a highlight reel goal there from Mulholland.
Well, I was just about to say the first goalie that gives up that goal is going to give the other team a lot of momentum. It's just a breakaway. Mulholland beats the defenseman, and he goes forehand, backhand right over the glove of Dusenka, and he finally makes a mistake here on his 32nd shot of the game. And I said, hey, you get enough shots on a top goaltender like this, one of them has to find the back of the net. It was on a breakaway. This team loves that stretch passing, and they finally go in to find the back of the net.
That was a beauty of a goal down there from Mulholland. Now Arkansas's got to reply. They're trying to do so immediately. Oh my goodness, 2 wrecking balls and they both fall on the ice. Left side circle, a shot fired, ramped up off of the stick of Jared Birch. This one right back behind the net now. Moving this one carefully back to the top of the left side circle. Played back down through the circle. Pass over to right side circle side. Now a shot, that one misses the net, goes up high and out of play from Sky Chambers' stick.
And the assist to that goal from Max Mulholland is going to Tom Rama. So the goal for Mulholland, that for him is goal number 7 of the season.
Biggest of the season for him, no doubt.
No doubt. It seemed as if momentum was even, and just a jolt of energy sparked into this Gulf Coast team.
Absolutely. Played back defensive end now. Now they're looking to move this one in once again. Work from the high slot, and a good response glove save made right down there from Dusenka. Played back into the corner. Nice check thrown back down there. Trying to get their momentum meter back going. That's a late goal, and that's always a killer. Yeah. Not to mention your first goal in a 37-minute shutout.
On an odd man rush, too, which they've been doing all game, this Gulf Coast team.
Upended down there, and this one's played back the other way now. Taken once again by Matt Lasky. Lasky moves this one in the other way, finding its way towards the net of Birch, and he'll just stick that one right back behind him. From the corner, trying to get this one up the ice. Bad turnover, left side circle, firing a shot. Oh, and that one might have been knocked down by his own teammate. Played back in front of the net, scooted away with a finger roll down there. Played back to the blue line, and at the blue line it comes its way out. 2:02 left to go here in the second period. 1-0 lead for Florida Gulf Coast after a very late goal. Played back right side circle, bringing around the corners, taken once again down here now. They move this one out of the zone, and some speed could help out Florida Gulf Coast here. They enter right side, fire a shot, a rebound, and a good control down there as this one works out as a pass up the other way. Now Florida Gulf Coast takes it right back as Blake Hartman gets this one right down out of the stick of Seth Cohen. Down towards the net, and a simple save for Dusenka down there. 1:33 to go here. Second period of action. 1-0 game after the 7th goal of the season for Max Mulholland. Stands at 5'9". He probably felt like 7'1" after a goal like that. Stapling it top shelf and jumping right into his bench. Left side circle face-off, and it's only a 1-goal game, and obviously it's anything. Any bounce, any shot, anything can happen. But a game like this, it just feels so massive. Left side circle, they try and exit out of the zone. They're able to do so pretty cleanly here with Brooks Moore. Now played back. This one jumps off of a few Razorback bodies, finding its way right back down. Ooh, hard check against the boards down there, and falling down with him is Shia Mitruska. Right back behind the net, trying to backhand right in front of the net. Oh, and a great save down there from Dusenka. Now played towards the Florida Gulf Coast bench. That one goes up and out of play. 1:03 to go here, second period. Face-off will remain inside of the offensive end here for Florida Gulf Coast. Fresh change out there now for Arkansas. Right side circle face-off as Evan Kerr will take this one for Gulf. Face-off won back cleanly here by Arkansas. They work back behind their own net. Played back out to the blue line, and going in after this one and taking it will be Blake Hartman. Hartman, as Malcolm goes after this one from the right side circle. Under a minute to go here in this second period of play. A humongous 1-0 lead. Blake Hartman now. Extension down there from Shia Mitruska. Out of the zone it comes, an entrance right back in from Hartman once again now. Enters in right side, gets around a stick check from the right side circle, plays this one right back down, and this one sneaks its way out of the zone with 30 seconds to go in the period. Played from the red line. Holding the shot, firing that one, and getting it right back inside of the circle. Back behind the net now. A little bit of a check thrown right down there. Played back as this one goes inside of the corner. Backhanding this one up the ice now. Through the circles, and now a rush coming the other way for Arkansas. They're getting around, and a 2-on-1 developing. Left side circle, firing a shot. Birch with the save, and a great one down there. Maybe his best of the period in a situation like that. Now up the other way, Kyle Horvath gets that one taken off of his stick. 4 seconds to go, and after 40 minutes of play, we have just one goal between these two offensive juggernauts, and it comes from Max Mulholland, 7th of the season, on a breakaway. Started off by a humongous stretch pass from Thomas Rama. Both teams will head to the locker room and figure out how to put this game away. A much better position for number one, Florida Gulf Coast. But Arkansas right now, giving them hell and giving them everything that they got. Not looking like a 4 seed in any sense of the word. In just a moment, Tyler will have Arkansas head coach Justin McDowell figure out his strategy to come back in this game after one heck of an impressive second period response from his guys. Don't forget that after you hear from Tyler and we send it back to you, you can always head over to the Quinnipiac broadcast. Michigan State Quinnipiac, last I checked, 2-0 lead for the Brave. Unbelievable. Tyler Marcotte is on the bench now. He's got Justin McDowell, and we will send it to him now.
Coach, you guys picked up the pace here in the second period. What was the message to the team heading into the intermission between the first and second?
Just move your feet. Lots more communication in the D zone. We weren't talking a bunch out there. We weren't moving our feet. And at this level, at this tournament, you got to move your feet and play fast. So that was basically the message. Keep things simple and move your feet.
Your goaltender has been fantastic, like he's been all season. What can you say about his play here today on one of the biggest stages you guys have seen yet this season?
I mean, our goaltenders, not just Dusenka, but Dalton Baker as well. They're the reasons we're here. They keep us in games. They keep us the energy high with those big saves like that. That creates momentum for us. Not at the time, but it does, make us aware of our D zone. We got to pick things up and play for them. If they're going to make those big stops, we got to do that on the opposite end. We got to bury a couple chances.
Florida Gulf Coast seems to be trying these stretch passes, which created the opportunity for that goal. How do you guys defend that, and how do you counter that and turn that into an opportunity for you guys?
Well, that's just a set play they have on their D-zone draws. You face it all season. It's just awareness. You got to, be aware of who's on the ice and what kind of the situation is. And that was just a miscommunication before the face-off. And so basically we just got to keep communicating, make sure we know who's on the ice, what the situations are. And I think we'll tighten that up in the third.
All right, thank you, Coach. Good luck in the third. Back to you, Sean.
Thank you, Tyler, and thank you, Coach. A great game. One of the best we've seen all day here from Columbus, and it'll be a dandy third period. Anybody's ball game right now. Florida Gulf Coast with a big advantage, though, up by 1 goal thanks to Mulholland, 7th of the season. We will step aside and rejoin you for the start of period number 3. Don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss one of the best third periods of the first day of the ACHA D3 National Tournament pool play. 1-0 in favor of Florida Gulf Coast.
Idiots.
Third period action ready to get underway here from Columbus, Ohio. A 1-0 lead for the Florida Gulf Coast Eagles after 40 minutes of play, and the goal came at the 37-minute mark as Max Muhallen put one top shelf on a backhand breakaway.
Yeah, and the assist going to Tom Rahman, the freshman from Davie, Florida. Talk about the stretch passing in Arkansas. You know, they say it's situational, but to me it feels a little bit more than such. It seems like a game plan, like a strategy that the Eagles are coming out and saying, we see the open ice down the stretch, and we see that this breakout is working, so let's continue to utilize it. It was about 4 or 5 times before it started to work, and then on the last time, finally we're able to find back the twine. We're going to start this period 4-on-4 as 2 guys are in the box due to that scrum by the Razorback bench, but so that's going to open up the ice even more, which you would think would benefit the Eagles, but more even period there in the second. Very excited to see what the third here holds. A 1-0 deadlock.
Third period underway now as this one's played back into the offensive end of the Arkansas Razorbacks, finding this way down the ice and back for an icing, so Arkansas will get a quick offensive zone face-off just 12 seconds into the period.
And a score update on the other sheet. Michigan State, the 1 seed, they are trailing the number 4 seed, the Quinnipiac, the Brave. What an unbelievable
2-1
game we've seen over there. They were down 2-0 for the longest time, so can't count anybody out, especially a 1-4 matchup, and right now we're seeing that as the Arkansas Razorbacks, they're hanging tight with the Eagles.
Literally unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right side, this one brought in, a shot on net, rebound loose in front, and that one taken away by Arkansas. Ooh, a big check thrown back down there. This one made back down, high slot area, move back, left side circle, shot, that one bounced off of the head. He still doesn't know where it is, and this one finds way down the ice, will be played. No high stick, they'll say. That one was called off.
It took a very strange Kareem down by the goal mouth. Interesting how that puck just popped right back out into the neutral zone.
Found its way up the stick, if I'm not mistaken. Played back down into the defensive end now, Florida Gulf Coast. They move it across the blue line, down the ice. This one brought into the zone, left side, and a little bit of a check thrown down there. Left side circle, back to the top of the point. Shot fired, lost in the paraphernalia, finding its way back into the left side corner now. Now played from the blue line. Moving this one up across the red line. High slot area, down to the front of the net, firing a shot. And that one blocked away by the goaltender, Jared Birch.
An excellent play there. Some great stick movement there from the Arkansas Razorbacks trying to penetrate in the offensive zone. They're unable to get through and get a clean shot on Birch.
Left side circle and a great glove save down there from Joseph Dusenka.
That's the 37th shot of the game. Only 36 saves. Saves for the terrific Joseph Dusenka, and he is certainly going to have a high save percentage after this one. You see the stats. For those of you who are here, see the stats out in the lobby on the television screens. We expect to see his name around the top come tomorrow.
At least a few times. Left side circle face-off with Connor Black taking it here for the Eagles. Played back on a face-off win by the Eagles, but moved forward by Arkansas. Huge check from behind right down there and sends his man right into the boards. Now playing this one back into the defensive end. The Razorbacks have got this one. They move across the blue line. Ooh, not able to get that one down there cleanly. Is sticking away from Anthony Lenzi. Lenzi gets this one down goal line area, and a jump done down there from Connor Black to jump right over the man. Now played back out to the blue line. Dump back down, circle area. Circle to circle now unintentionally, though. Right side outside. This one played back. Arkansas's got it, bouncing around down there and taken right back away as Jake Scherer gets his stick in the way. Drew Hill with it on his stick. Backhands that one back into the zone. Webb will recover that one for Florida. 17:35 to go here. period number 3. Check thrown there against the boards. And Kyle Horvath has got this one. Played up now. Moving this one, just a little touch pass that finds a way right back behind the net. Theodore Papilla will work this one up. The ice is getting pressured down there as Jake Scher goes in after it. Finding its way up the ice, Christoph Malcolm working up the ice. Across the blue line, has that one taken off of his stick, has that one fired off of the official, and now a little bit of scrum right in front of the Florida Gulf Coast bench. Back the other way it comes. Shea Matruska making some great moves with speed. Open area, fires a shot. Oh my goodness, I don't know how he didn't put that one home.
Beautiful stick handling there from Matruska.
Back across the red line, this one dumped right back down and in. 16:45 to go here. Time is of the essence for both these teams. For Florida Gulf Coast, killing any clock that they can. For Arkansas, they're desperate for a goal as Christoph Malcolms is onto the race. Right side circle, firing a shot. Nearly a rebound given right back to him. Now right back down, Evan Kerr's got it on the stick. Kerr just avoids a stick check down there. Crosses center ice, brings it into the offensive end, and drops it right back over. Few thrown passes down there as this one's in the right circle. Nearly brought out of the zone, top of the right circle, left to the blue line, and offsides, they'll say.
Very close.
Yeah.
But good. It's not really a bad play. He's just kind of leaving it out there. Evan Kerr floats it out to the blue line. You hope your defenseman can get there quick enough. Unfortunately, he's not able to, and bad strategy as you pass to the open ice on that play and see what can happen.
Face off, bottom of the left neutral zone. One back by the Eagles. 15-10 to go here, third period. 1-0 lead for Florida Gulf Coast. Opportunity moving this one in. Low slot area, firing a shot, just missing the top of the net. Trying to redirect that one around and finds his way up against the wide side boards and a rush out of the zone the other way. Florida Gulf Coast enters in now. Center area. Played back inside of the corner. Moving it right back down is Sutton Fisher. And Arkansas recovers it as they just across a check. Now brought back in. Neutral zone area. Played down. Andrew Denomi fires a shot. That one had a lot more look than it did speed as this one found its way to the corner. Behind the net. Ooh, a little bit of a check thrown down there. Man all on top of each other. Played back. This one squeaks its way loose. No man there to be able to take it. And finally recovered from Florida Gulf Coast, Seth Cohen. Knocked back down. A little bit of a rush coming in the other way. Sutton Fisher finds it and fires one up to the sky as that one got stick lifted out of play.
What a great block there from Zach Palmer. He's back, able to defend that great opportunity from Seth Cohen, and could have been ugly, but a great play there from Palmer to deflect that puck and up and out of the way so his goaltender didn't have to take yet another shot here in this period. He's already faced 4, or barely even 5 minutes here in the third.
Puck loose right back behind the net of Dusenka. Stuck against the boards goes this puck. Back behind the goal line now. Working with it, Arkansas takes it back. Arkansas moving it. They play this one through the neutral zone. An entrance into the left side, trying to get around a man with a check down there, and they're able to do just that. The hip check never got laid down. Played up against the boards right in front of this bench, and a 2-on-1 developing. His speed can work out here. Played over right side. A great toe drag, and what a save by Dusenka. Got the whole body in the way of it, absorbed it.
What a beautiful pass, too, from the outside. 2 great plays back-to-back for that line as they're going to go for a change and get a well-earned rest, but Dusenka has answered the call here so far. 5 shots in this period, a shot a minute. This Florida Gulf Coast team is averaging here in the third with a 1-0 lead.
Right side circle face-off. Arkansas lost it but got it back immediately. Play this one down the ice. 14:40 to go here in the third period. Played back as this one's in front of the bench of Florida Gulf Coast, down the length of the ice, and back for an icing call. Face-off coming up in the offensive end here for Arkansas. It feels like this game is so much further away than it is.
Yes.
It's just a 1-goal game, but in a defensive struggle like this one.
Yeah, it's been a slow third period, and both these teams fighting for every inch on the ice. And like you said, 1 shot can change everything. 1 goal for Florida Gulf Coast, and that makes Arkansas's job that much harder. And a goal for Arkansas, and that changes everything for both of these teams. As you know, the trend that's going, I think extra minutes would be in store for us if we saw a goal from Arkansas.
Oh, this one finding its way right back behind the net. Now trying to backhand opportunity, loose in front of the net. And a great opportunity created down there. Hats off to Sam Weinbaum with that one. Played back down. Brought back in. Florida's got a left side circle. Oh, they try that one. Just the one-time opportunity. Top of the right circle, right into the glove of Dusenka.
And that's a great play. Tyler Raquel is trying to get it over, but it's off the ground. You got to get that puck on the ground. Anthony Lenzi, not sure what his baseball background is, but that's like trying to hit a 75-mile-an-hour fastball with a toothpick. That's very unlikely and probably not going to work out in your favor.
This one's loose inside of the face-off dot, back to the blue line. Moving to the top of the left side circle. Behind the net, it finds its way, reflected off of the backboards. Moved inside of the circle once again, and Arkansas will move this one up the ice and out. Cross the red line, dumped right back down. Behind the net it goes. This one finds a way to the corner. Man, net came off.
Running into his own goal there is number 25, Alfonso Diaz.
13:43 to go here. The remainder of this period. Left side circle, this face-off will be moved back to. Despite this being, the do-or-die period, this felt like it's had a lot less intensity than the second period.
And walking back from the bench of the Arkansas bench with the coach interview, a lot of guys outside the locker room trying to stay loose, trying to keep that lactic acid moving in their body and trying to keep from getting those sore muscles. So I think they're feeling a little tired. There's probably about 4 or 5 guys out in the lobby here just trying to stretch and warm up and keep loose, and I think this team is starting to feel the effects of what a competitive national tournament contest can do to you.
Absolutely. Florida Gulf Coast, you wouldn't be surprised if that happened to them as well. Like you said, we were talking to head coach Tom Philbin earlier, and he said it's been almost a month since the guys have hit the ice. Yeah. Now, sometimes that break is nice for sure, but when it comes back to high-intensity games, as they score! Oh, redirect in front of the net, and it finds its way through from Arkansas. 1-1 game, 13:16 to go here. Oh my goodness.
It was a loose puck in front. I believe scoring is Grant Deacon, the freshman from Flower Mound, Texas. I'm not sure how that puck found its way on his stick, but the second he got it, he threw it right on the net, right over the blocker of Jared Birch. And we have a tie game here in the third period.
Sometimes it's when you least expect it, and that's when you get the dirty goals, the ones that you need. Arkansas riding the momentum wave after something like that. It comes after, like we said, a more lackadaisical period for them, but they're riding the Woo Pig Suey wave now. Played back behind the net. Now they need to ride that momentum wave and take advantage of it. Played back, move back down. Blue line. This one, skate to stick once again. Working, firing a shot. Oh, and it's just outside of the net as Jared Birch will collect that one. Wow.
So the goal is going to go to Deacon.
Hands all over the power play in that second and first period.
What a great opportunity there for the Razorbacks. Excellent play in front.
Back behind the net, this one being worked with now as it goes right up against the Florida Gulf Coast bench. As Arkansas now picks up all the momentum, finding this one, right side circle, centering opportunity, backhand.
Oh, wow.
Oh my goodness, Jared Birch was in a different city than that puck, and it could not be put in the back of the net. This one being played back at center ice. Move back down. And a wholesale change here for Arkansas. No pigs on the ice, and now they find their way out.
And the momentum all on the side of Arkansas right now. Another great opportunity after finally getting one past Jared Birch.
12 minutes to go here in this third period. A 1-1 game now. Back down the ice goes Jacob Yassin. He moves in with some fancy footwork, right side. And he's the physicality man as he throws a check down there to try and take that one back. Working this one. Falling down out of the ice. Yassin's got it back behind the net now. He's not going to be out. Body sends a man down out of the ice. Plays this one and finds a way back inside of the corner. Now back behind the net. Working towards the front. Nearly taken away down there. Working right in front of Florida Gulf Coast, and it looks like a player down there just snowed his whole bench. Played back down, enters into the zone now. Corey Morgan works with this one back behind the net. Trying to squeak that one right back out, no work. Now high slot area, firing a shot. Got underneath of a man and almost underneath the pads of Dusenka. Found its way back out though. Down the ice, this one will go now. Florida Gulf Coast to collect it as Reichel has it. Played back down the ice. And right across the goal line now, back behind the net. They work slowly as they look for an option man. Cross ice pass. Oh, almost a perfect connect down there. Andrew Denomi was streaking. Here we go, a turnover being presented here from Arkansas and immediately taken right back away. Opportunity the other way for Max Mulholland, but he'll go down for an icing call. Don't think he expected that one, but we'll get the face-off 200 feet the other way.
Quickly, we see the energy level in these teams is flip-flop, as it seemed like Florida Gulf Coast had all the momentum, and then one shot changed everything, and now it seems like Arkansas is the team with all the pressure and momentum and the energy, and amazing what a goal will do for your energy as they've refound their legs here in the later parts of this third period.
Left side circle face-off for Arkansas. Played back through the circle. Working this one right to the front of the net. Oh, it jumped up into the air and found its way right back down to earth. Now played off of the near side boards. Back behind the net. Now working with it. Alfonso Diaz. Right in front of the blue line. This one's kicked around a bit. Taken back by Arkansas as they dump it down further. Behind the net, nearly to the halfway mark of this third period. Still no winner decided in this one. Played back to the blue line. Oh, a great touch pass back and in. Entering now is Sun Fisher, and a great glove save from Dusenka. He makes it look easy.
Yeah, and he's a little comfortable now that the game is back tied. Pressure's off him quite a bit, but yeah, he's been fantastic. He's made just an obscene number of saves here today. I believe that the shot total, if I'm not mistaken, is up to 42. That's ridiculous.
Wow.
That is ridiculous.
Unfathomable numbers for an opener for a first-time goaltender here at the national tournament. And you said he was a freshman.
He's a freshman. 41 saves. Unbelievable. And we're not even done.
Nope. Still got a whole 10 minutes to go at least.
Yes, at least.
Yeah.
Certainly. And the way this pace is going, I believe we might see a little bit more than 10 minutes.
Dusenka with another flash of the pan leather. Comes up with a save right there. .07 to go here. Third period. 1-1 is our score.
We'll be coming up on the media timeout here. The next whistle, which I think we've talked to the Chippewa team as they've been watching Michigan State. They love it.
Yeah.
And it gets them a
free
chance
timeout.
it gets them a chance to regroup and catch their breath and check back in with one another and make sure everyone's doing all right, get the game plan down, and
that's it.
It's an opportunity for the coach to readdress his teammates, and now we're going to have an opportunity for these two teams to do just that.
The closest 1 versus 4 of the day, and you can argue, of course, Michigan State and Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac somehow shocking a Michigan State team that was #1 team in the country for most of the season.
You know what's funny, Sean? I was thinking about this a couple of minutes ago. If Arkansas is able to pull off the upset and Quinnipiac is also do the same, all #1 seeds will have lost on day 1 of the ACHA National Tournament.
Air Force won.
Oh, crap. Never mind. Well, they went to overtime.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So that's like a loss.
Yeah, they might as well have lost. But still, I mean, okay, all right. Well, if these two teams are able to pull off 3 out of 4 are able to move on as Oakland beats Farmingdale State.
That was a crazy win.
So how about that?
5-2.
Yeah, that's an insane number. These #1 teams are supposed to come in and mollywop these teams on day 1.
They've got pressure,
and
though.
Every single one has had a lot of trouble.
It's the target right on the back.
Yep.
You're #1. Who's gunning for you? Everybody.
Georgia Tech came in as an 8 seed. They were able to give Air Force, a team who for the longest time was the #1 team in the whole country.
Yep.
And they gave them 3+ periods of great hockey. This Arkansas team has done the exact same thing here with Florida Gulf Coast, and we see Quinnipiac doing it on the other sheet with Michigan State, as we'll check in for a score update with them momentarily.
This one played back now inside of the offensive end for Arkansas. Great pass down, a better block though, and Florida Gulf Coast will move the other way with this one. Now a 2-on-2 rush turning into a 3-on-1. Played back down, and a great defensive work done right down there as this one's back behind the net. Trying this one upstairs, top stapler, and can't get that one down. Left side circle and back behind the net. It's taken now. Played back up to the blue line, a good hold right there. Down the ice, this one inside of the corner.
An update on the other sheet. Quinnipiac leads Michigan State 3-2 with 1:44 left in the third period, and that was posted 2 minutes ago on our team's Twitter page.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Overtime for the third time today.
Is that the upset of the day? If they are able to pull it off?
It has to be.
Quinnipiac, a team that you and I even undervalued coming into this tournament, and Michigan State was one of the, in the national reveal show, both you and Luke Gamlin picked them to move on.
Without a slight of doubt.
And they're struggling on day one. And the final, Michigan State falls in day one to Quinnipiac 3-2. Unbelievable.
Has to be the biggest upset I can think of in the national tournament in years.
That is a shell shocker for the North region.
Quinnipiac. Jack the Giant Slayer.
Land of the free and the home of the brave. That's what they say.
The brave.
Unbelievable game there as they're able to upset the Michigan State Spartans. Will we see a similar result here on this sheet of ice?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
2 1 seeds have fallen on day one. Well, here we go. Florida Gulf Coast plays this one towards the front of the net. 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go in this one. I cannot believe that.
That is shocking, to say the least. A team that a lot of people believed would win the national championship, and now they're going to have to fight and claw their way just to make it to the semifinals. Unbelievable.
I'm speechless. The Brave
gives a lot of power to the other two teams in that conference. Believe that is who is the other two teams in that
in
pool?
The B pool? That's New Mexico.
Wow.
And UCF.
Wow.
2 teams who both went to overtime today. Was that an overtime win for Quinnipiac, or was that
regular regulation? Yeah.
Under 2 minutes to go. Oh my God.
So New Mexico 1-0 as they won in overtime over UCF, and Michigan State. Woo, a great save there.
Tyler, we have the call, New Mexico, Michigan State on Thursday.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. So that could be a huge game.
We'll see what Michigan State can do against UCF tomorrow.
My goodness.
Who knows? Quinnipiac. They could have a game tomorrow against New Mexico. They took down the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Why not do it against number 2?
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
That would make their matchup against UCF very interesting.
I guess you can never count out the Empire Conference, man. This one played towards the net, except the Empire's 0-2 today, besides Quinnipiac. Never count them out. Played back. This one played
as their conference champion loses.
Yep, and their conference runner-up loses. Oh,
there we go.
Alone to the front of the net, making a move. And too many moves down there. What great following from Dusenka, though.
There was never a doubt that he had that track from the second he crossed the blue line as a Arkansas Razorback puts a Gulf Coast and an official into their bench.
There you go. I'll do the job for you. One played back at the red line. Move back. I don't even know. It doesn't even feel like life is real anymore after that. Hats off to Quinnipiac. They're
very
fans and faithful.
Very impressive.
The trip from New York, and they just upset a very good Michigan State team with, as some would say, the best goaltender in the ACHA.
Some have said that.
Some have said that.
We have heard them say that.
Some.
You know who you are.
This one played right back behind inside of the corner. Working after it, a few checks thrown down there as a helmet comes off, and that's immediately a stoppage in play. 7:25 to go here in the third period. We are the last action of the night. Tyler, we kicked off the tournament today, and we will end the tournament today.
I like it. That's the way it should be.
The Alpha and the Omega.
I like it.
Incredible.
And what a game this has turned out to be. A defensive goaltending standoff. Both of these tendies playing at the top of their game.
Playback, near side boards. Check up against the boards now as this one comes in on a 2-on-2. Too far of an extension of a pass down there. Played back inside of the corner. Working back around as this one finds its way to the blue line. Move back down inside of the circles. And up and out of the zone as this one comes. A great pass forward, not able to be caught down there from Ryan Bauer. Now played from the blue line. Ooh, looking for the redirect down there. This one played from the circles. Move back on the goal line behind the net. And this one rings around the boards on the backside now. Working it up the ice, taken right back away by Florida Gulf Coast, but Arkansas is able to continue the rush. Played back down to the blue line out of the zone. 6:40 to go here in regulation. A great move made down there. And undressing the man was Sky Chambers. 6:30 to go, and looking for a breakout are the Eagles. taken right back to the blue line. Now Rush coming back the other way as a streaking man comes in from the right side. High slot area, knockdown, save made right there from Dusenka. Up into the air, this one jumps up and played back to the blue line once again. Behind the net, they look to take this one. Moved up and around. Too much sauce on that one. And this one's played back out of the zone. Now a 2-on-2 developing with a third man coming in defensively. Finding its way back inside of the circle once again. 6 minutes to go in regulation. Played up to Mason Lundquist from Columbus, Ohio. And this one's frozen up by Dusenka.
And it seems like Florida Gulf Coast has regained their composure after relinquishing the first goal of the game for them. They've gotten all the momentum for the last roughly 8 minutes since they have given up that goal. And the shot's still in their favor. They've gotten 13 in this period, encountering Arkansas only has 6.
Right side circle face-off held up at the dot.
But considering how Florida Gulf Coast dominated in that first period, very impressive showing defensively from Arkansas to rebound from that first period. Very impressive.
And you started to see it at the end of that period, and it came through as their defense turned into offense in the second, and that defense-offense finally resulted in a goal in this third period. Played back out to the blue line now, and Florida Gulf Coast has a rush coming in from the right side. 2-on-4, right side circle, and they backhand this one towards the front of the net, still loose, taken right back now, as we'll see if a 2-on-2 can develop here for Arkansas. The Hogs come in from the left side, working this one towards the back of the net. Going in after it is Jake Scherer, waiting for reinforcements from the right side circle. Moving this one around, the blue line, a shot, kicked away right down there. And this one will be moved out of the zone. 5 minutes to go in regulation.
These teams look exhausted. This has been a hard-fought battle from the minute this puck dropped in the first. And you can see the mistakes are starting to be made as these teams are getting more and more tired.
Left side circle, a backhand, back behind the net. That one there from Evan Kerr. Right inside of the corner now. To the blue line it goes. Played right back down. Behind the net going after it is Matt Lasky. Lasky's been everywhere around the net, just has not been able to put one in, as this one will go down the length of the ice. And back for an icing. 4:32 to go in regulation, a 1-1 game.
And I think the key for Florida Gulf Coast, if they want to find the back of the net, they've got to capitalize on these passing chances in the offensive zone. Too many times has the pass either gone off the stick and off into the corner, off into the sideboards for a missed opportunity, or they're just missing on these passes. They've got to contain that, or they can utilize that stretch pass that was working so well in the second period.
Oh my goodness, what a passing display made right there. A wide open net as Jared Birch bit too hard down there. This one back behind the net as it goes inside of the corner now.
That play was made by Evan Kerr, and he's having a fantastic game for the Razorbacks.
Play down the ice, great block made right down there as this one's at the center ice logo. Dumped right back in behind. 4:08 to go here for third period. Up the ice it goes now. Moved by Seth Cohen. Cohen, this one moved up, touched up, and a nice pass through traffic right there as that one's left in the left side circle. Off of the glass, juggling act, and this one's brought right back in on sides. Left side circle, low slot area, undressing a man down there and had that one taken off of his stick. Now play inside of the left side circle once again. Looking to squeak that one back out, not able to do so, and a lone man out there as he's having reinforcements coming in quick. 3-on-3 develops now from the blue line for Florida Gulf Coast. Played back behind the net. 3:30 to go here in this third period. High off of the glass, nearly being able to be knocked down, but it's taken now by Seth Cohen. Yeah, you can definitely see those dogged legs. You see it just in that entrance into the zone.
It's a lot of mistakes here from both teams. That's that one extra effort, they're unable to make it. You see right there with the pass behind the play, and then the back checking is just not there from the Eagles. They look exhausted.
Grant Deacon, that one a shot from Andrew Denomi, played back down, and Jared Birch just watches that one go behind him. 3 minutes left to go here in regulation, 1-1 game. Played back the other way, finding its way down the length of the ice, and back behind the ice is going in after it is Sky Chambers. Back behind the net, final check thrown down there and gets the man off of the puck as it's held onto from Dusenka. 2:47 to go here, third period.
And it seems like the scoring chances have been in the favor of Arkansas. But my goodness, Florida Gulf Coast is controlling that TOP, and that is so precious here as we get down to the winding minutes of this game.
Right side circle face off here. Florida Gulf Coast wins this one back. And now taken by Arkansas. Arkansas across the red line. They come in with 3 skaters. They fire a shot. That one weakly back behind. Trying to odd angle side that one as there's 2:30 left to go here. Brought back out of the zone. Nearly recovered down there from Sutton Fisher, but it's up in the air as Ryan Bauer will go after this one. Played back by Arkansas now. Cross the blue line. They cross this one. Nice check thrown down there from Sky Chambers to get his man off the puck. Played back behind the net now. Working along the right side boards. Trying to dig this one out. Man falls down onto the ice. Played back. Tried to center that one with too much sauce on it. Left side circle. Firing a shot up high, and Jared Birch closes the glove on it with 2:05 to go.
And you start to see the defensive strategy for Florida Gulf Coast seems to be, I'm just going to stick my stick out and see if he'll run into it. The exhaustion this team is feeling after a hard-fought battle, I just don't see the same exhaustion, fatigue on the faces and on the body language of the Razorbacks. They seem to have all of the momentum and all of the energy. Maybe it's that stretching they did after that second period, but they look like the team with the more energy.
Game action.
Yeah.
They have seen game action so much more recently than Florida Gulf Coast, and no practice will get you that same kind of mentality or stamina building like game action. Oh man, a cross check from behind as this one jumps up into the air.
Yeah.
Loose area in the right side circle, going in after and being able to take this one back is Alfonso Diaz, finding its way right back into the defensive end here, the Eagles, and they'll control it with 1:35 to go here in this third period. Played off of the glass. Oh, a turnover here. Now it's finding its way right back behind the net. Taken here is working with it are the Razorbacks. They try and center that one, and the stick poke defense works out right there. This one working its way right back down, loose on somebody's stomach and finding its way to the right side circle. Loose in front of the net as the Eagles take this one back out of the zone. Shia Mitruska brings this one in now. Fires a rip of a shot. Punched back away. $1:10 to go here. Played back down the ice now. Oh, a bad turnover right there as they bring this one in. A shot and held onto from Dusenka.
And the 15th shot of the period for the Gulf Coast Eagles, and a scrum in front, and right in front we saw Shea Matruska, a collision. I think that's a good no call because the Razorback turned his back on the Eagle, and then he definitely seemed to let up as he was about to make contact. So good no call there from the officials. I think that would have really hurt both of these teams. A penalty and power play, special teams. This game has to finish 5-on-5 or 4-on-4.
Well, depending. This one played back to the blue line, held in there from an Eagle. Down inside of the circle once again, towards the front of the net, taken out here by Arkansas. 44 seconds left to go here as this one squeaks to the legs of an Eagle. Down the other way now. Oh, a turnover right here. Chopped to the front of the net, firing a shot. Oh, what a save by Jared Birch to follow that one. Oh, you think a mistake like that at this point in the game, and that could just about be good night, sweetheart. But a great response from a great goalie.
Two great pillow saves there from one of the best, like you said. Wonderful response.
Now this one touch pass right back in. 19 seconds to go here. Played back down the ice. Collected at center ice. Oh, nearly an opportunity right there. Brought back in the other way. Moving this one now. They've got 10 seconds to try and do something with it. Played back in. Offsides call here. Touched up 4.7. And folks, make that pot of coffee because it looks like we're going to be heading to free hockey.
Ooh,
overtime here, our first time today.
That's overtime. I mean, I wouldn't question for a second if that overtime lasts the whole 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gone 60 minutes and each team's only able to get one shot in the back of the net. What a great defensive match this has been. It was labeled that from the get-go. From the second the puck dropped, we knew this would be a defensive battle, and it has been just that, a goaltending battle.
Here we go, overtime coming up from Columbus. A fresh resheet will be put back out there. Teams will have a few minutes to catch their composure, get themselves back up into stamina and game mode, and then it'll be winner take all overtime. So we will step aside momentarily here, third intermission. When we rejoin you, it'll be time for overtime. It's the best time, the only time. It's overtime. Last way to close out the day. 10 minutes of do or die or tie.
And these one seeds in danger of going extinct in this national tournament, as we've already seen 2 number 1s go down, another one go to overtime. 2 of them go to overtime. Could a third number 1 seed go down on day 1?
And here we go. Things are underway for the 4th period of hockey action. A shot on net that just finds its way away from the net. Arkansas and Florida Gulf Coast remaining in their same positions as the 3rd period. Same positions on the scoreboard as well. Both teams hoping for that elusive point and that no point from the tie.
And they will not switch halfway through of this period.
Played back behind the net. This is just a 10-minute, one-time period. If it ends, well, it ends and everybody gets a tie. Played over to the right side.
Offside?
That's what I was thinking.
Interesting call.
Incredibly
a little
late.
delayed.
Yeah, to say the least. Regardless, a 9:25 to go here, yes. But if there are ties in the playoff before the semifinals, because a tie can be a huge implication heading into tiebreakers and such. This one played back down, finding its way inside of the defensive end of Florida Gulf Coast. Moved up the ice. Way back down is going in after it is Tyler Valdrin. Valdrin looking to get around a few stick checks. Played up to himself. No such luck down there. Valdrin dumps this one back into the corner. Andrew Denome going after it. Played back inside of the corner. Going in for this one, ramps up into the air. Having a chance back here the other way now as a 2-on-2 develops. Left side circle backhander. And a great save made down there from Josef Dusenka. Played back the other way now across the red line. 2-on-2 now for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Trying towards the front of the net. Oh, on the short side as Jared Birch went full splits to try and extend that one out of the air. Played back the other way now. This one played in the left side blue line. Entering from the left side circle. Ooh, a wicked shot as he was falling down out of the ice. Taken back across the boards. Not able to get that one out of the zone though. Laying at the blue line and taken back now as it's brought back into the zone by Arkansas. Along the boards. Stick lost down there and an entrance from the right side of the blue line. Moving this one around is Sky Chambers. Back, they try this one on a one-time opportunity. Back to the left side of the blue line. High riveting shot. That one never falls down. Back over to the right side blue line now. Oh, and an opportunity can't be picked up cleanly now here the other way. 2-on-2 developing here for Arkansas. They can't get around the man. Get thrown into the boards. Florida Gulf Coast looks to throw this one around. It goes back behind the net. Sent around. The net moves a little bit, and they will call that one dead. 7:53 to go here in the overtime period.
And a couple of jabs each per team, and Florida Gulf Coast getting a good opportunity and unable to capitalize, and Arkansas coming back right on their end and getting an opportunity. And Jared Birch, both these goaltenders, I mean, what can you say about their performance? A-plus work, and win or lose or tie, both these goalies have nothing to be ashamed of. They've played their best here today.
This one played right in front of the Florida Gulf Coast bench, and it finds its way right back behind now. Going inside of the left side corner on the near side. Going in hard after this one as it's played back and taken by Christoph Malcolm. Goes to the legs, touched up here as it comes across the center ice area. This is a game that would have all the makings of a tie based on how it's gone the entirety of this game. Played off the boards, intercepted here for a moment by Arkansas, but back the other way, bringing this down is Corey Morgan. Morgan from the right side circle leaves this one back. Arkansas takes it. Slow on the breakout out of the zone to allow reinforcements to come in here. Played back inside of the corner, down, and this one will be played back behind the net now. Stick gets in the way right down there. Arkansas can't keep that one on the stick. A couple of players trip all over each other. No referee's going to make that call in overtime.
Yeah, we were talking about it at the intermission with a couple of the other play-by-play geniuses that we have brought here on this trip, and the whistles have been swallowed for a majority of these afternoon games. It seemed in the morning that a lot of the calls were being made, and there was a lot of penalties in the early games, but in the afternoon games, I mean, how many did we see in the games that we were doing? I mean, not a lot. Even in the Oakland-Farmingdale State, not a lot in a very physical game. So I kind of like, though, that the refs are letting the players and the coaches and the play on the ice dictate the result. But at a certain point, if there's going to come a time where there is a penalty that is outstanding, Not as in good outstanding, as in it stands out from the other plays. At a certain point, you have to blow the whistle and give one team an advantage.
Played back down, and Dusenko will just cover that one up. 6:32 to go here in overtime. Nobody really having any legitimate chances just yet.
Yeah, 3 shots for Florida Gulf Coast to Arkansas 0, and they've gotten a couple of opportunities, but they've missed the net. And Jared Birch looking very relaxed in his counterpart, Joseph Dusenko. Man, he looks cool as a cucumber in net.
Back out to the blue line. Oh, this one hits off of the hand and man, maybe even the stomach of the linesman down there. That's a tough day at the office when you're already working overtime. Played back behind the net.
Good one.
Thank you. Back on the goal line. Trying to work this one right back down. It finds a way into the corner. Stepping up from the blue line is Matthew Clifford towards the front of that, and that one gets sent away. Streaking man up the ice. They can't get that one cleanly up to him. Kind of a lazy pass down there. Now moved on the corner. This one finds its way right back across the center ice logo. Good stick move right down there. They got the men, the reinforcements. They just got to be able to get it to them, but the defense right there prevents anything further from going forward. Now down the ice, the streaking man on net towards Dusenko. He'll freeze that one up. 5:48 to go here in a 1-1 game between the 1 seed Florida Gulf Coast and the 4 seed Arkansas.
We've already seen 2 1 seeds drop. Shocking. We're still shocked. Michigan State fell to Quinnipiac, and then a drubbing of Oakland University in the third period, really turning up the heat and beating Farmingdale State. Both of those teams, people predicted that they would go to the Final Four, and now they are both winless so far here in this national tournament.
Oh, wraparound attempt right here, right in front of the net. Oh my goodness, what a save from Dusenko. Back out to the blue line, a whiff of a shot right there. Have to take that puck with you. 3-on-1 developing here for Arkansas. Right side to the center slot, right side. Oh, and they try it at the goal line. Oh my goodness, it stays out. Birch has it underneath him, and it goes down the length of the ice. End-to-end action. Nobody scores as they're both on the crease.
2 A+ opportunities for these teams. Unbelievable that neither one of those found the net.
Have this one. Left side circle. Oh, and just misses the net down there with a man providing traffic. 5:05 left to go here. Played back inside of the corner. Now inside of the left side circle. Touch pass up the ice. Man falls down. The edge not going to be able to work out for him here.
3-on-2.
They enter in now. 3-on-2 like you said. Centering opportunity, and that one gets caught between the legs. Now played left side circle. Backhanding that one right back up. Down the ice it goes now as this one's played back into the Florida Gulf Coast defensive side of the neutral zone. Entrance in here. It's a 1-on-4 for Florida Gulf Coast. Played back down. Intercepted here, top of the left side circle. Working this one around the circle. Played back out to the blue line. Trying to fire that one down. Looking for the tip job. No such luck with 4.5 to go. Now played back inside of the corner. This one stuck on the glass, finding its way on the goal line. Everybody's so anxious in here. Playing this one, right side corner. Looking to move this one. Kicking the biscuit along the boards as this one squeaks out and finds its way back inside of the corner. Looking for the lean-in man, not able to get that one. High shot, and Dusenko follows that one with the glove. Now played, shot, looking for the redirect, and that one doesn't work out. Left side blue line, this one's up in the air. A flutter puck that gets lost in the lights. Finding its way right towards the front of the net. I don't think Dusenko saw it. Right at the goal line and held onto as the player jumps into the goal, it appeared. 3:55 to go here in overtime, and we don't have a winner.
What a great individual shift there from Tyler Dusenko as he's being manhandled, or excuse me, from Tyler Reichel as he's being manhandled by the official, and he's moving the puck all over the crease and all over the offensive zone, trying to find a way to end this game for his Eagles and keep their semifinal hopes still at large. Now, a loss or a tie today certainly does not eliminate either one of these teams from that semifinal game.
Especially with one goal against.
It just certainly makes that road a heck of a lot harder.
Back out to the blue line, just able to be held in down there as Malcolm Kristoff goes after this one. Played back behind the net. Just over 3.5 to go here. Out of the zone, this one comes. Florida Gulf Coast has to recover it. Now played back inside of the defensive end. Gulf Coast brings this one in as Kristoff Malcolm gets knocked down out of the ice. A statement check down there from Alex Keyser. Oh, what a check down there. And Malcolm's been as steady-footed as anybody here tonight.
The captain trying to lead his team to a victory as well. The co-captains, Reichel and...
Check there against the boards now, right on the bench. Malcolm.
Yes, thank you.
You got it. This one played back towards the net. No icing called to the benefit there. of Dusenka, and this one's played up the ice now. Moving it in is Andrew Denomi. Fires a hard shot. That one bounced around a little bit. 3 minutes left to go here, and this one finds its way down the ice. Oh my goodness, here we go. A tip job in front, and that one finds its way down for no icing call. Oh, this one backhanded in front, right to the front of the net, and Dusenka closes the breadbasket with 2:54 to go.
Shots 8-1 in favor of Florida Gulf Coast. It's been all Eagles here in this overtime period. Chance after chance after chance. And again, Joseph Dusenka is shutting the door. I think undoubtedly the player of the game so far, regardless of the result.
Played back behind the net now. Dump back on a backhand as it finds its way inside of the corner. Moving it up the ice. Taken back here. A little bit of a check, and he throws that man right off of him. Entrance into the zone here. Right side circle. Touch pass in the centering slot. Backhand opportunity in front of that. Loose in front. Trying to jam this one through. Players down on top of that puck. Still trying to hit that one. It finds its way right back behind the net. Now back inside of the corner. Gets taken once again by Arkansas. 2:26 to go here. Playing it. It gets caught inside of the pads down there inside of the corner. And it's stuck up against those boards. Finally finds its way out. Trying to work this one to the blue line. Backhanding it right back down inside of that same corner where they were just having trouble with it. And this one goes off of the bench. Finally the whistle blown for out of play.
2:10 remaining here in this overtime period, and my goodness, that last flurry from Arkansas, I thought for sure we'd see that puck squeak into the back of the net, but Jared Birch is able to stay tall in his net and keep that puck out. Unbelievable goaltending.
2:10 to go here in overtime.
What a clinic these two guys are putting on. It's just, I know it seems like those are the only two guys we're talking about, but those two guys are the only reason that we're still playing hockey right now. Unbelievable play from these two young guys too.
Yeah.
Jared Birch, a junior, and Joseph Dusenka, a freshman. Unbelievable. What a statement he himself is making for the future of this Arkansas program.
Played back right side circle, face-off win. He gets stuck up against the boards, looking for an option, get this one out to the blue line. No such luck. A lead pass up the ice here, but they got speed here and can recover it. They can get a 2-on-1 going. No such luck as Arkansas takes it back. Lead pass up the ice now. Brought this one in left side, firing a shot, top corner, and Jared Birch, calm and cool to come up with that one.
He didn't even look at it in his glove. He's like, yep, I got this,
right
boys.
there.
Don't even worry about it. Just simple little pop fly, and he doesn't even watch it into his glove. Easy as that. Picks it out from an apple tree.
It's too easy for him.
Beautiful. I love it. I love the confidence, the cool confidence of these two goaltenders.
It's not showing up. It's showing off if you back it up.
They will not be denied here.
Left side circle face-off here for Arkansas. One back by Florida Gulf Coast. Played in front of the Florida Gulf Coast bench. Back inside of the corner this one goes. Man goes towards the slot. Right side circle area. Back into the corner as well. Now right side circle. Oh, and that would have been a perfect shot. Wide open real estate. And the worst time you can think of to whiff.
Yeah, not good. And looking up to the sky almost immediately, number 32 for the Razorbacks. That's Trey Lowry, the assistant captain. The senior from Bentonville, Arkansas. One of the few Arkansas players on this Arkansas team.
Right side circle, face off with a $1:37 to go here. Played back behind the net now. Losing that one in the skates. Taken right back here by Arkansas. Moving its way up to the blue line. This one gets stuck up and caught. Finally found as it goes back inside of the corner. Behind the net they go with this one. Under a minute and a half to go here. Taken by Gulf Coast. Off of the boards they go. Oh, we got a foot race going on here. Great defensive effort right there to get that one stick checked away. Now taken. Just blindly thrown away out of the zone. And a move up ice. Got to catch these passes cleanly here in these crucial final minutes. Now played back down. 1 minute left to go here in overtime. This one being moved up against the boards, bringing it right back into the offensive end of Gulf Coast, finding its way right back out. Brought up the ice, Arkansas having that one lost, and now Florida Gulf Coast with speed on the left side edge. Playing it down in the slot, losing that one just away. Back inside of the corner going after this one. Man trips down onto the ice. Playing this one now is Arkansas. 3-on-2, they're developing it now. 37 seconds to go here. Playing in the low slot area. Oh, and nobody's there in that left wing side. Played back down, short side opportunity, and Jared Birch smothers it.
He's lucky that one didn't sink through. I don't think he was hugging the post as well as he thought he was. And I think looking up to the sky once again is number 32, Trey Lowry, as he's wondering, man, what do we got to do to put two by our great goaltenders that are playing today?
Timeout finally being taken by
Smart.
These two juggernauts.
Yeah, that's a smart timeout from Arkansas, as they've got a face-off in the offensive zone and an opportunity to maybe get possession right off of the face-off. Quick play around the point, move it down low, and a quick shot trying to end this game. But I mean, these goaltenders have been absolutely fantastic.
It's happening.
And the fans are certainly hyped up. It's happening again. They're trying.
I don't understand it, but I love it.
They're trying to feed the crowd,
feed the pig.
Fans. Yeah, they're hungry. Columbus loves hogs.
Yeah,
so.
I've heard that. This is 30 seconds is so much time in a hockey game too, especially
Great playoff
overtime.
Environment here. The fans are into it.
So many Arkansas fans.
Love it. They're probably all from Texas. And I got a nice little history lesson. So I guess the founder of this team is from Texas. So I had a nice little natural pipeline. I had one of the kind parents point that out to me during the intermission. I was like, "What's the deal with all the Texas? What's the deal with all the Texas guys? I mean, you're in Arkansas."
This is ACHA National Tournament After Dark,
presented by Jerry Side. We're really tired, guys. We've been here for
like 14 hours. Calling games for 12 of them.
I don't want this game to end, though. That's the terrible part.
This one moved back forward. Oh, what a bad time to eat it. This one played back defensive end. 15 seconds left. You got to make a move here. You got to play desperate. You got to make a mistake here. They move this one back the other way. 10 seconds to go. Arkansas fires a shot. Juicy rebound. Low slot area. Bouncing into the air. That's the highest stick I've ever seen in my life.
But it gets it out of the zone.
And that is the game. A 1-1 tie in the most exciting tie you've ever seen in your entire life. And you got to think this is a massive win for Arkansas.
Oh, certainly. You come in and your goaltender plays out of his mind. He makes so many saves. It's going to take me a minute to count it up, but after regulation, he had 49 saves. In that period alone, he had 8. So that is 57 shots, 56 saves by a freshman.
Nothing.
Unbelievable. And on the other end, you've got 33 saves for Jared Birch on 34 shots. My goodness. Unbelievable goaltending. What a great game. I'm sad to see it end.
I hate that it ended.
Unfortunately, we got to get our rest and come back for day 2.
In less than 12 hours.
In less than 12 hours, yeah. Unbelievable.
Natty season, baby.
What a great game. I applaud. I'm very impressed by the Arkansas's rebound. It seemed after the first period this was going to be a 4-0 game in favor of Florida Gulf Coast.
I told you, don't sleep on the Hogs, man.
And they came into the period and they readjusted and came back and really impressed me. And even still with Florida Gulf Coast, even in a tie against a 4 seed, they still played very well. So hats off to both these teams. There is no shame in a tie, but certainly both these teams would have preferred a win.
Hey, 1 goal against, and you didn't lose on day 1.
Certainly.
That's a good way to look at it. We got a lot of fun coming up on day 2. A lot of people's destinies could be decided. Well, for all of our broadcasters who made today possible, for Zach DeBozar, Jared Nyland, Marcus Grosnick, Lou Gamlin, my partner Tyler Marcotte, all tournament long. I'm Sean Bednard. A special thanks to our commissioner Dave Kurtz, and we will see you tomorrow. Another fun day of hockey coming up tomorrow from Columbus, Ohio. Have a good night, everybody. We will see you bright and early, 11 a.m. from Rink 1.